right, Stabler back. Looking, going to France, wide open. Touchdown Raiders! Ranch committed highway robbery without a gun!
What's up, Raider Nation? It's OG Jack Daniel, Chronicles of the Black Hole, in here with my buddy, with Raider Ray, doing another version of Those Pendejos in a chat room. Oh, we already got a bunch of people in the chat. This is awesome, man. This is awesome. I love coming in here, and the chat's already got a bunch of comments. We're going to get to those in a second. We're going to tell everybody in the chat. We're going to be running down all kinds of stuff because this week has been full of new things happening on a regular.
Yeah, we're going to bring some heat today. And I got to tell you, your intro, dude, every time I'm backstage and that intro runs, it fires me up. I'm like, all right, today's going to be a good show.
That was created by Digital Prez, and he sent it to me, and I looked at it. I was like, oh, wow. He told me how to use it, so I'm going to use it. That's a fire intro. I love it myself. But, yeah, that's not me. That's Digital Prez. That guy's creative as it gets. But, yeah, so we had a lot of things to talk about this week. Ray, what, let me ask you, brother, what bring up some stuff you think is like the most relevant stuff this week.
Well, I mean, okay, before we even get started, well, first off, there's an echo. Is that on your end or my end before we get started?
It's probably, well, I don't have my thing on. My volume jumps up every time I do this. Hold on. Is that better?
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yep. Okay. So, dude, let's just get the cat out of the bag. Let's get the Kaepernick news out of the way. I know that Raider Nation is going to be divided about it, but I'm excited to talk about it. And when you look at bringing in Colin Kaepernick, I think that this runs a lot deeper than what a lot of people are thinking. If you remember, OG, we went. It was a live that we did before this, and when I got into the background before the show started, I was like, "Hey, did you see that we signed Jordan Veasley?" And we had mentioned that, hey, that's Colin Kaepernick's workout partner. And remember when I brought up and I was like, hey, do you think like the Raiders could be bringing in Colin Kaepernick? And at the time, me and you were both like, I don't know. I don't really see it. Yeah. Just another thing that kind of came to pass. But really, dude, I look at it like this. We all know the hit job, right? That was out on John Gruden. We know about 2 weeks ago, the media came after Mark Davis. And what this really felt like, it felt like Mark Davis was throwing up his middle finger to the National Football League a little bit. It was like, okay, not only that, but because this information also dropped the same exact day that John Gruden's court hearing went forward. And I don't think it was surprising that then they dropped this information about, oh, we're going to bring in Colin Kaepernick for a workout. And obviously this is somebody that the league is trying to keep out of football for a reason. And I just feel like this is Mark Davis throwing up his middle finger to the league. And unfortunately for Colin Kaepernick, and this is where I'm divided on it, if the Raiders were really interested in his skill set, that would be one thing. But a part of me really doesn't feel like that this was about his skill set and what he could bring as a backup quarterback to the Las Vegas Raiders. It just felt more like of a ploy of Mark Davis, just willing to be in there and get Colin Kaepernick's name out in the news a little bit. I don't know if they'll sign him. However, here's the other part of that. I really wouldn't mind Colin. I don't think he's that great of a quarterback, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think he was that good his final years. He played in 16 games, threw 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And look, I understand that he had the 31st ranked offense. He had almost no wide receiver help. He had the 32nd ranked defense. So none of that is in his favor, right? But it's just at a skill set perspective, and 6 years has gone by, and it's not that easy at this next level to come in and just make up that kind of ground. Look, I don't know. I want to see the guy get a second shot. I want to see him come in healthy and someone give him an opportunity. And what better team than the Las Vegas Raiders to do that? I just don't know. I don't know if I want that media narrative around the locker room every chance that a defensive coordinator goes to talk about a game that it's Colin Kaepernick that gets brought up. And he raised awareness on an extremely important topic that I support 110%. So that's not my issue with it. My issue is Mark Davis. You just had one of the best offseason in your entire organization's history. Do you really want to give the NFL an opportunity to get the media surrounding this football team when we've gone underneath the radar this whole offseason? I mean, you have sports analysis saying we're going to go 6-11. I love that. Let's keep
Nick
that up.
Wright is not sports analysis.
Yeah, he's an idiot. But you see what I'm saying. We have a narrative that a lot of people are saying that the Raiders are going to be last in the division. I love being slept on. I love to see that because this team has had the best offseason in probably the franchise's history. And I just want to see that. I just want to be careful. I want to be careful. I know Mark Davis might feel like that Colin Kaepernick is the big middle finger to the league, but I could see the league spinning it on Mark Davis and flooding the Raiders with media and media narratives and a bunch of stories that could get in the locker room. I don't know how I feel about it, OG.
Well, here's the thing, man. If Mark Davis went Al Davis, as you put it, middle finger, if Mark Davis did that, just bringing him in did that for a tryout. Now, here's the thing. They worked him out. They gave him a workout. They're analyzing it, okay? This guy stopped playing football when he was 28 years old. He's had no injuries for 6 years, but yet he's been training, okay? And doing Nike commercials. He doesn't need the money. Nike paid more than the NFL. But the thing I see about it here, bring him in, and it accomplishes two things. If he's good enough to be a backup, and I'm sorry, there are not 32 backup quarterbacks in the NFL as good as Colin Kaepernick that are better than Colin Kaepernick. That's not, no. There are not 32. Name 32 backups that are better than Colin Kaepernick. You can't.
No,
okay?
And I agree.
Okay. The other thing is, if that workout pans out and the Raiders sign him, that's just Mark Davis pulling another Al Davis on the NFL. Okay. Mark, if this was all planned out, just him pulling Al Davis, okay. Maybe he's got a little bit of his dad in him. Good. Needs a little bit. But if it doesn't pan out, he's still got, they go, now, man, we got 2 backups that are better. Or 3 backups that are better. I don't think that's going to be the outcome.
No.
Signing this guy, then you know what? It's not going to get a big deal. He's not going to be the starter. He'll be a second or a third. And if he's a second, hey, Carr goes down. We need a good backup quarterback. You remember what happened in 2016?
Mm-hmm.
So as far as the Kaepernick thing, I'm a veteran. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's disrespecting veterans." No, he wasn't. He was bringing attention to police brutality. And 2 years after he was ousted from the league, Floyd lost his life to a cop, and it was on TV. So, no, he didn't do anything wrong. Okay, a veteran told him to take a knee. Don't sit, just take a knee and show respect, but you're not standing. And so he doesn't offend me one bit. I don't care if he makes a team or not. If he does, great. He's not going to replace Derek Carr, though. It's not going to happen.
No, and let's say that he comes out and has this explosive preseason, right? And the Raiders keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster. I could see, these teams that are quarterback needy and need a starter. If the Raiders were the team that was willing to take a risk on Colin Kaepernick, I mean, you're looking at a player that could bring you future assets, even if it would be a future 4th-round pick, even whatever the case may be, another player that we need on the roster that you could trade and somebody sees like, oh, Colin Kaepernick can play football and they have a need and who knows?
Right.
Like
or some other team says, hey, get him out here to try him out here. Give him his opportunity in the NFL. Now, I could easily segue to the next segment.
Okay.
And that's, but I'd like to we got a lot of chat in here and I want to catch up with them.
Okay.
Let's start it out with Sean Johnson. Hey, man, salute, Sean. How you doing, brother? Let's see. Anthony Estrada. Hey, salute to you, brother. Let's see. Hey, Richard Lyon, man. Nice to see you in here. You're probably working right now, but that's cool. Nightmare. Hey, Cortez, what's going on, bro? Let's see. Oh, people greeting each other like the family barbecue. I love it.
That's what it's about.
I love this. Okay. Let's see. All right. Hey, Raider Ray, salute from Richard Lyon.
What's going on, Richard?
Hey, what's up, Kaepernick? Nice. Okay. Hey, what's up, Anthony? Let's see. I don't want Kaepernick. Okay, well, a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying they do, or they don't care, Hey, Michael Guerrero, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you in here, brother. Let's see. Okay, see, folks greeting each other, man. This is cool. This is what I'm talking about right here.
It's a good start to the night. You guys keep it going, man. We're going to make this one of the best shows that we've had yet. I feel it. We got a lot to get into.
Oh, yeah, man. Tons of stuff to get into. A lot of folks greeting each other. This is family, bro. This is a family barbecue in here. Let's see. This will also open the door to other teams working them out. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And let's see. I don't mind him taking a knee or the stuff he does in the community. I have no issue with it, but I really don't think he's a great quarterback. Well, great quarterbacks aren't backups, Anthony. We're just talking about a backup here. Okay. That's all it is. But I guarantee you there are not 32 backup quarterbacks in the NFL better than Colin Kaepernick. Nick Wright. Exactly, Yoshi. Exactly. Nick Wright is a clown. He's a Chiefs loving homer. He hates the Raiders, and he's going to be it's going to be fun to serve him a big shit sandwich without the bread in the end of the season. Let me tell you that.
What's going on, Yoshi?
Oh, wait. Gabe, what's up, man?
Oh, Sean Johnson's in the building, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Sean Johnson was the first comment. Gabe's in here, too. Hey, brother. Let's see.
What's going on, Gabe?
Seeing you in a few weeks. 420 Gabe. Yeah. That's it. Man, look at this. Oh, everybody. Oh, wow. Richard's got to work at 16 today. Ugh. I don't miss that. See, man, this is cool. This is like a family get together, man. This is what I love.
Mm-hmm.
OTAs and presser this week. Players playing at different spots, new NFLPA rules, and June 1st money coming. Yeah, Sean, we're talking about most of that today. Yep. Most of that, if we can get it in. So, my segue, we went from Kaepernick to the presser, where they were asking about Colin Kaepernick, and McDaniels said, "This is Carr's team."
Mm-hmm.
That's anti-Gruden right there. He already said this is Carr's team,
and was willing to come out and write out and say it. You know what I mean? Remember how hard it was to get Gruden just to say that?
Right. Yeah, well, last year he tried to trade for Carr.
Yeah.
So at least he's going to come in there and be straight with him. Like, now this is your team. Okay.
A lot of people don't realize, like, when John Gruden came in, that whole narrative is, oh, is this going to be Gruden's guy? There's a lot of football teams. There's a lot of head coaches, a lot of GMs around the league that view Derek Carr as a very good quarterback who they would love to have lead their organization. So the fact that Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels are last year were wanting to go out and trade and go get Derek Carr. Derek Carr was a huge reason why I think we actually landed Josh McDaniels.
Well, they didn't want to go anywhere. They never interviewed anywhere else. They only wanted to come here.
Yeah. And I for Raider Nation, they have to see that speaks huge of what Derek Carr is. Derek Carr is viewed as a premier player around the National Football League. And I think this year is going to be DC's year where he just explodes onto the scene. Well,
when you got an actual real wide receiver one, that tends to happen. He's never had
that tends to help just a little bit.
Yeah, I know how you do, Richard. I did that stuff at Northrop Aerospace, man. I'm not envying you, bro. Excuse you, OG. Nick Foles was back up to Carson Wentz and won a Super Bowl. Yes, there's one. Give me the other 31. I'll wait. I mean, Kurt Warner was a backup quarterback and won a Super Bowl. Tom Brady was a backup quarterback and won a Super Bowl. Yes, and they kept those jobs. Well, Nick Foles really didn't. But I'm just saying, there's not right now players out there. They give me 32 backups that are better than give me 31 backups. So you got 30 more to go, bro. I'll wait.
Okay, let me put it this way. they're both on the open market, and you had to sign one. Are you signing Cam Newton or are you signing Colin Kaepernick?
Okay, no, I do not want Cam Newton. His arm is trash now, and I don't think there's enough ladies' clothing boutiques in Las Vegas for him to get all the clothes he needs.
I mean, I'm just saying that's somebody who started last season. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, are there 31 other backups in the National Football League that are probably better than Colin Kaepernick? No, probably not.
I wouldn't throw Andy Dalton in there.
But I wouldn't sit here and say that Colin Kaepernick is a top 32 quarterback in the league. I don't think that at all.
No. But there are not, I mean, all the backups out there, Kaepernick's better than probably most of them. Just saying. Now, let's see how that workout went out. We don't pick him up. I guess the Raiders already don't think he's one of the better backups. We'll find out.
And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot with a roster like Nick Mullins and the undrafted free agent rookie out of Cal. Like, if he doesn't get signed by the Raiders, I don't know. I don't know what that says. What is a good workout, right? Like when they say like, yeah, he looked good. What does that mean?
They said it was impressive. The Raiders didn't say that. One of the reporters said that. Ian Rappaport said he was impressive. And the door's open. Here's the thing. If they don't sign him, they can tell me what they got. If they do sign him, okay. But somebody else might just grab it. But he is still a mobile quarterback without injury for 6 years. No injuries, just training and working out. You know, brisket.
Jacoby Brissett. That's what he's.
Oh, Brissett. Okay. Yeah, there's a good backup.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Everybody's working hard out there. I'm getting more hours now, so I'm kind of working a little harder. I'm still not even working full time, but I'm okay. Plus, I subbed out something for someone else, so I get a cut of that too, and I don't have to do nothing except for pay invoices.
You know what's something interesting is with the whole
Tyrod Taylor was could have been great, but you know when your team doctor punctures your lung.
No, I really liked hearing from Josh McDaniels. I just really feel like this guy has brought in true professionals around him that he can just focus on this offense and getting them where they need to be. And for Colton Miller to come out and just be open and honest that this time of year, there's more learning going on than ever before. Like, I just love the culture that Josh McDaniels is bringing. I think this is a guy who's really taken a hold of his second shot. And I think he knows that this might be his last second shot at head coach. And you can just tell that he's taken this job extremely serious. And I don't think he's just coming in to be competent or to be talked about. Like, he's coming in to win football games. And I think you're going to see that immediately. And just to hear and to get a feel of where Josh McDaniels is with this roster, that presser was really good to see. I think he's in a good spot. I think where he is with the locker room, he's in a really good spot. He has a ton of good professionals around him. And he's built one of the better rosters in the entire NFL. It's just this Raiders organization just feels different than what it used to feel like.
I like this, Sean Johnson. The Colin Kaepernick workout with the Raiders, by all indications, went well. However, it doesn't mean the Raiders will be adding him to the team anytime soon. I agree. Yeah, these guys are going to analyze it and break it down and see where his weaknesses and strengths are and decide if it's going to fit. Mariota 2.0. Yeah, he's a mobile quarterback. He was. He's, you know, he could be.
I'd probably still take Mariota, though. I'm not going to lie. I would still take Mariota if I had a choice.
True, it is a long time.
It is. It is a long time, bro.
Fitzmagic, yeah. Well,
he'd be a good backup. He's just cost a lot.
Huh?
He just cost a lot of money as a backup.
He's an expensive backup.
Yeah, because he can win football games.
Yeah. Right.
It is about the money.
For some people, it's the opportunity. For some people, it's I want a championship. For some people, everybody's got different priorities. The agents, it's all about the money, but the players, not necessarily so. Kirk Cousins is a backup. Where's he playing now?
Here, let me answer Anthony real quick because he said, "Oh, here's another one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Patrick Mahomes a backup before he got the starting job?" But that was a coaching decision, and that was Andy Reid sitting a starter to understand and develop him. He didn't just throw him in the fire. Not only that, he had Alex Smith on contract, which he couldn't move him, and they were locked into that contract. So the Kansas City Chiefs were in a pretty unique situation. They knew that they were going to move on from Alex Smith, and so they drafted Patrick Mahomes and developed him. They did it the smart way, if I'm actually being honest with you. The league didn't have any film on Patrick Mahomes, so what happened? He comes in and he blows up. He's launching the ball 80 yards downfield. He's creative with his legs. And yeah, now you have one of the biggest superstars in the National Football League. So to say that Patrick Mahomes was a backup, that's I,
You
I
know
agree
what?
with some of the
And
stuff.
that's the way it's always been. I mean, Derek Carr was a backup for a
Yeah,
preseason, and that's
yeah.
it. He was the best player out there. Let's be real. Gardner, Uncle Rico, Minshew. Yeah, Gardner Minshew. Yeah, okay. The mullet.
I like Lamar's backup, bro. Tyler Huntley, I like him a lot. I wish the Raiders could have gone and got him. If you're wanting that mobile quarterback with some legs, that kid's pretty good.
Minnesota. He's still in Minnesota. I thought there was some big trade or something. Maybe he was part of. I guess I was mistaken. See, family greeting time. So let's talk about another thing. You talk about these players getting moved around to different positions. Let's go
Yep.
over all those. That's been a lot of that going on.
Okay, so let's bring up Nate Hobbs because this is something that I just made a video, so everybody in the chat, if you want, go check it out. It's under Raider Ray, and the title of the video is Nate Hobbs a starting safety for the Raiders in 2022? And no, he's not. But what is very unique about the situation is that in Patrick Graham's defense, he loves to do multiple formations. He loves to cover and disguise, and he wants his entire back half of the defense to be interchangeable because he likes to do a lot of different things. So all this is saying is that they believe that Nate Hobbs has the IQ in that nickel back position to go back, play safety, and really get creative with how they run coverages, how they run the scheme. And it's just a testament to get Nate Hobbs around in different positions to see where they can get creative. So, no, I don't think Nate Hobbs is going to be a starting safety. They're plugging him in and getting him up to speed with everywhere where they're going to ask him to play. I could see Nate Hobbs at times playing on the outside. I could see him playing a lot of snaps on the inside in the nickel position where he thrived as a rookie. And yeah, I could see him in those three safety sets. Why not have Hobbs and Moreg and Deron Harmon or Gillespie or kick Abram down in the box? Like, really what Patrick Graham is doing is he's creating a defense that is so universal and so changing up week to week that all he's doing is getting these defensive backs up to speed.
Right, his style. Now, another thing is the offensive line. Same thing. Everybody's getting moved around and played at different spots. Colton Miller
Yep.
playing right tackle and left tackle and guard, and you got Leatherwood playing tackle and guard. You got what's a new guy? Parham.
Mm-hmm.
They put it. He's listed as a guard, but they're moving guys around to guard, center, safety. Like they want these guys to know as much about these positions as possible because somebody goes down. Flexibility, serious flexibility. Yeah, Darren Waller's contract probably won't come up for negotiation this season. It'll be next season. But yeah, he's going to get paid. If he has a good year, he's going to get paid.
No, he'll be the highest paid tight end in football.
Jeffrey says, still at work, but got you guys in my earpiece. Nice,
Atta
nice. I'm
boy.
gonna say something
I love
fucked
that.
up I'm gonna say something fucked up so you start laughing and out loud and everybody thinks you're a crazy person. The Hobbs story was a typo. What Hobbs story?
About him playing safety? I don't think so. That's something that Patrick Graham likes to do.
Hey, brother. How you doing, Cool Kev? Two high safeties.
Yeah, two high but look, like I said, like Moreg is going to hold down that spot. It's Moreg's job, right? And I heard that safety tag that put on was a typo. It was reported on Twitter, if not mistaken. But yeah, Raider Gabe, but it doesn't surprise me. Like this is going to be something that you will see. You will see players that are either in the nickel, or you're going to see corners that this is a defense that likes to have the entire back half of the secondary. They change coverages weekly. If you watch Patrick Graham's scheme, there are corners that line up in all different positions week to week based on the team that they're playing. So, dude, if it was a typo, don't mistake it. Those things will be happening in training camp and in mini camp.
Yeah, and as far as salute Raider Ray, as far as like teaching versatility, that's Graham's done that before. But our offensive line, everybody's learning everybody's jobs, and I think the more they do of that, before you start bringing in backup second players, get everybody up to speed on what they can do and not do, and the ones that can do, okay, he can go into that slot. If this guy goes down, he can go into that slot. This guy needs rest, he can go into that slot.
And you lose Merrick. Say you lose Merrick, right? Who do you feel comfortable plugging in at free safety in this defense? If you can get Nate Hobbs trained up in that backup safety role to where in a pinch he has to go in the game and finish a game out for Trayvon, yeah, I would love to have Nate Hobbs, because Nate Hobbs has sideline-to-sideline ability. He's really free range. He has decent hands. He's a good defensive back, and he has the size to play safety. So overall, it's a really good move. I have no problem with getting these guys involved in the defense and getting them more versatile.
All right, so you know what? Let me put the link in the chat here. What I'd like to do is see if anybody wants to jump in and chop it up with us, about any more of this stuff. I'll post this right now. And bam.
And
all right, so anybody wants to come into this chat, links right here at the bottom. Come on
about
in,
this offensive
line,
like with Dylan Parham getting snaps at center, he got snaps at guard this week. Like you said, left tackle Cole Miller getting snaps at all positions. It's really a testament to what this offense is really trying to build, right? And getting Alex Leatherwood swinging back out to the right tackle position, I think that this is a phenomenal decision. Why? Because you drafted this guy to get out there. Raider Ray, do you feel the coaching staff should wear Crocs on the sideline? Yeah, they should. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but you got to have them in sport mode with a little thing comes up the
Sport
back.
mode. Little Raider shield on it.
Oh, my God. That's Michael, man.
But no, to get Alex Leatherwood back at that tackle position, because, look, you get him in this power gap scheme, you get those pre-snap penalties cleaned up, which is an absolute must, right? Everybody here in the chat understands that Alex Leatherwood has struggled with pre-snap penalties. Matter of fact, in practice, they ran laps because there was a false start when all the noise was going on. And I love that about Josh McDaniels, right? You guys are millionaires. And if you make a mistake here, I don't care if it's OTAs, you're going to go run.
It was O-line coach.
Yeah, I love that, dude. And
we got someone jumping into the stream. We got Golden State Warriors.
It's Raider Cortez.
Hey, what's up, Cortez?
Yeah. What's good? What's good, guys? I came back Monday and had a good weekend. I don't know if you go onto my page. Oh, gee, you should go watch the video that I did over the weekend for my mom.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, on my Facebook. Yeah, it was good. How are you guys doing? What's up, Raider Ray?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, too high. Use Hobbs as a good cover guy. Can also fake that and use him in his slot role. Yeah, see, that's you could make him line up anywhere and totally confuse the offense.
And that's what Patrick Graham does. You watch the tape with Patrick Graham against the Chiefs, and this is a guy who's moving DBs and safeties all over the field. And it makes these quarterbacks think, because he's giving them looks that they're not used to seeing. And Patrick Graham's coverage is very unique. It's very in-depth. It's very high level. And he's going to have these players all trained up. Like, if you're not a smart player, you're going to struggle with Patrick Graham on that back half of the defense.
Oh, not to change the subject, but the Lakers just hired a new head coach.
Yeah, well, they got to wear Crocs with socks on the sideline. I like that.
Sean Johnson, if you aren't subscribed to my channel, bro, I'm dropping a Jonathan Abram film session. So this is what I expect. Look, last year we seen Gus Bradley kick Jonathan Abram down in the box, a position where I feel like he should have been a long time, right? But there's something that Gus Bradley does that I don't really like, and I want to see this part of Jonathan Abram's game unlock a little bit. I want to see, look, Patrick Graham is an aggressive defensive coordinator, so what I would love to see is that they send Jonathan Abram down in the box, but let him get after the quarterback more. Yeah, I think it's an untapped potential in his game, and let him pass rush more. Let him set the tempo, get him down in the run game. He does a phenomenal job, and I don't want to give too much of my video away, but I'm going to because you got me talking and I get too passionate. But look, but the check downs, he does a phenomenal job of reading plays behind the line of scrimmage. You get him out covering running backs. You limit him in his coverage with tight ends. We all know that his pass coverage isn't very good. We've seen former defensive coordinators put him in the back half of the field, and that's not where he thrives. He thrives up close to the line of scrimmage, getting after the quarterback, being aggressive in the run game, and almost as a new modern day linebacker a little bit, but outside of the defensive ends. And I have a film session coming out of all him blowing up the trick plays, the sweep runs. Look, Jonathan Abram is a player that can give you an asset on this defense. He can help you a lot, but it's putting him in a role specific with safeties like Deron Harmon, Trayvon Morig, Tyree Gillespie. You have some flexibility now on that back end that you can keep Jonathan Abram down in that box and really limit what he does, but what he does in a limited role can really help this Las Vegas Raiders defense moving forward.
I think we're going to be scary this year, man.
I do too. It's so creative. It's so different, dude. Like, and I don't
on the fly kind of plays.
Hey, not to mess with you guys, I gotta go though. Thank you for letting me jump on for a minute, OG.
Okay, man. We'll see. Well, I'll jump over and check out that your channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pinpoint on my Facebook. Just type in my name and it's pinpoint.
Okay.
Over there on my Facebook, it's like very easy to look it up.
I'll check it out on Facebook. We're friends on Facebook. Then. I'll find the notification.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it last Saturday.
Okay.
Thank you, OG, for letting me jump on. Soon I'll have my page coming out, or my channel very soon.
Cool.
All right.
Look forward to it, bro.
Yep. All right. Thank you again, bro. All right. I'll catch you guys later.
So, yeah, well, I'm telling you, man, I look at her schedule and I go, this looks scary.
Mm.
Then I look at our roster and go, we're fucking scary.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have, what is it, fourth or fifth toughest schedule this year?
It's been that way, though.
Chiefs had the first, and they didn't upgrade enough. They're doomed.
I think we had like the third highest ranking schedule last year, and look with the deplete. I mean, dude, depleted's not even the word. I mean, you're talking about we had a car with 2 flat tires, and we won the last 4 games to punch our ticket into the playoffs. I mean, if this offense can stay healthy, if this defense can stay healthy, I do not see why we're not making a deep run and potentially a Super Bowl run this year.
Right. Definitely. Anyway, hey guys, look at that. Follow and subscribe to Raider Ray on YouTube. He's got good in-depth analysis on everything. Everything's real. He's real, 100% real. Guy's got some fire content. And it's videos. I was sitting and watching like 3-4 of his videos in a row. And it's like I just spent 15 minutes. Oh. What? Oh, that must be code between them guys. Okay. Yeah, okay. So Michael Guerrero, is that geared towards Michael Guerrero? Yeah, but the thing is, Matt, I'm a little concerned about it. If Abrams blitzes a quarterback, he's got to be careful, man, because he likes to hit people hard, and you can get a penalty just for hitting a guy too hard nowadays, man. It's stupid.
Well, here's the thing with that. Like, this is my view, OG. I'm not going to let the refs dictate how aggressive I am on defense and getting our job done. So, yeah, if it gets to the point where it's multiple times and it's costing us football games, obviously. But I don't think that you let the refs limit what your skill set is on a defense. Like, you're going to know in the 2022 season that when you're playing the Las Vegas Raiders, you better put on your helmet. You better buckle up the chin strap because they're coming to knock your head off. And I
Right.
want that. I want that fear set on other teams. Like, look, yeah, he might get a flag. And you know what? I don't care if he celebrates after he gets that initial flag. Say it's in the first quarter and he absolutely decimates Patrick Mahomes. Cool. Let that dude think about it all game. Let's bring a little bit of that Raiders of old back. I get it. Control it. Don't let it ruin football games for you. But early and often, send Abram in there and let him run his mouth. Let him jaw. Let him start banging a few boys behind the line of scrimmage and just let it happen. I think that it is, if you want the best for Jonathan Abram, this is something you have to let him do. If you want that Jamal Adams box safety type of role, you don't hear about Jamal Adams getting all these types of penalties, and he's an aggressive, hard-hitting player. I think Abram has that potential. I think he can keep his cool, and I think it's an asset to the Raiders' defense. If they just deploy him a little bit, it's going to help this defense. Look, you're talking about a safety who can get you 4 to 6 sacks. I'll take that all day.
Obviously, Richard liked your film breakdown on Leatherwood.
Yeah, Richard, I didn't get to add film to it, so I dropped about a 3-minute video talking about how Alex Leatherwood is playing right tackle right now. But I did promise that if I get a good enough response on that Alex Leatherwood video that we can do some breakdown on film. And when I look at film, I like to watch what the players can actually bring to the Raiders. I like to look at their strengths, and we'll spend a few plays to look at their weaknesses. But us as Raider fans, we all tend to know he lacks some pass protection. He has to work on pre-snap penalties. He's got to play with better technique, and he has to get his hand. He has to get a better punch. Alex Leatherwood at times plays too passive, and he's too big and too athletic and too good of a natural raw player to not be using his hands, to not have correct footwork. And look, he's a rookie thrown into a pretty hostile situation. So look, year 2, Alex Leatherwood's going to have a lot of improvement.
So what's your high and low ceiling on total wins?
Mm,
My official one ain't coming out till after cuts, but right now I'm sitting at 12-5 for a floor. And see, that's the thing. We beat the Chiefs. If we beat the Chargers first game at home in Los Angeles, our home, I'm gonna have to change it to from 12-5 to 13-4 right off the bat. That's what I'm saying. But 12-5 is a floor. We could go up. There are people talking about 16-1 and 15-2, and it's possible. That's the scary part. It's actually possible for the first time in a long ass time.
Well, my ceiling and floor is, look, I think even with injuries, we could be a better team than we were last year, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I think it could be a better record. I still see us winning those close games if we're hurt. So the floor, I don't see it being any worse than what it was last season. I think our floor is probably 10-7, 11-6, and my ceiling would probably be around 13-4 if everything goes right.
Okay, I'm going to rewind that. You said, what was the beginning of that again?
So the beginning of it, my floor is even if we're injured. Okay, I'm saying if this 2022 roster is beat up, say we lose Devontae, say we lose Waller, and we find ourselves in a situation like last year, our floor, I don't see it being any different than last year.
Lower, right?
Our floor goes to 10-7 probably, and we can still punch a ticket. So me putting my floor at this team had a lot of injuries that they were dealing with. 10-7 is my floor. Now my ceiling is probably around that 13-4. I think it's completely plausible. I do see the 15-1. Like, all those things are realistic, but it's very rare we see that in the National Football League, because when these guys start playing games, the talent does find a way to even out a little bit, and you also end up going against referees that make ball games closer than what they should be. So you have to give room and leeway for that.
You know what, Matt Marinovich, early in the game, the QB must go down hard, or must go down, and he must go down hard to set precedence for the rest of the game. I love that.
And that's what I'm talking about with Jonathan Abram.
He has to go down, and he has to go down hard.
Yeah, then that's what I'm talking about, Jonathan Abram. I'm glad you see it, Matt. Like, let Jonathan Abram get down there and make the game nasty. I love it. It's a good one, Sean. That's a good one. So look, I narrow it down really. I think the linebacker room is actually okay. I think you have a lot of young talent in there that they'll be competent. Jayon Brown, I made a video. Man, it has like 4,000 views right now. It's kind of blown up, but he offers you really good pass coverage. You have Divine Diablo, who I think is going to be a year 2 superstar. Maybe not a superstar in the National Football League, but as far as I'm talking about on this roster, I think that Divine Diablo is going to make a huge jump. You have Denzel Perryman, Kenny Young. There's some guys in that room. My biggest need, honestly, I would like to go see them get. It doesn't have to be a big name by any means, but it has to be a scheme fit, a man coverage corner. I would like to see them bring in another body, just for training camp purposes. But also that I would like to see another defensive interior pass rusher. I wouldn't mind the Ndamukong Suh situation, but I think if we wait with this post June 1st money, we talked about it a little bit last week. I'd like to be patient with our money, if I'm being honest. I would like to see these teams make roster cuts. Maybe you see a veteran, say an organization drafted a rookie, and this rookie has obviously a cheaper salary than an established veteran. We see it every year in the National Football League where these organizations release veteran players or really good skill position players right before the season when they have training camp cuts. And I think the Raiders could make a good amount of splash going and getting a good player that might not have made a roster. And also the trade deadline. I think if you save the resources that we're getting post June 1st, when it comes to the trade deadline, when you have a good football player on a bad football team, say they're going 0-5 and the contract negotiations have stalled, the Raiders are in a very unique position that they have resources where they can go out and they can get a really good football player to come in and help them immediately. We see
For
teams
a
like
discount.
for a discount, and we see good teams like the Rams. We see good teams like the Chiefs. They go out and they do this because why? Because good teams aren't afraid to get better, and they're not afraid to spend money if it means winning football games.
So Anthony Estrada said, we got yours yet. I don't think we got yours yet. So you've seen the schedule. What's your prediction, your season prediction? Going by the schedule, I'm going to say 12-5 just to be safe. I think it could be better. I honestly do. We lost Ray. Oh, we got our Pendejo back. So we saw, look, man, if you're going to go by the schedule, I can sit there and go 12-5, and I'm playing it safe. I'm going to go with my floor. Okay. People get injured, things are going to happen, but it might be on other teams. I mean, I don't know. We got a running backs by committee. That means Josh Jacobs is not going to be injured anywhere in the season if it's by committee. Okay. We could be a force out there, man. I think we will. I think we need to dominate. I don't have nearly as many close games as we did last year. I don't think so. I think we'll be better in the red zone, and we'll be tearing the heads off these things and killing them before the third quarter.
Well, this team is really designed to do a lot of things. When you look offensively and defensively, we have the personnel that even if we wanted to go 1 week to a 4-3, we have the roster in place where we could go with a 4-3 and we can get the big boys in the middle. We have the 2 edge rushers and we've got linebackers. When you look at the offensive side of the football, if there's a week where we go up against 5 superstar DBs, then look, we can run the football and pound the rock, and we could force you to load up the box, and we can play you that way. What's cool about what Josh McDaniels has done is he's created a football team that can win in a variety of ways. If that means pounding the football 28 times with Josh Jacobs, it can be that. If it's splitting up these carries and being uniquely diverse with receiving threats and running backs and trick plays, and you can honestly, this offense is limitless with what you can do with it.
104 days until kickoff. Let's see. I think the Rams won the Super Bowl with the 17th ranked total defense. Dude, if we get look, we were gonna win the Super Bowl 2016 if Carr hadn't gotten hurt. Even people I know who hate the Raiders said that. Okay, we had the 20th ranked defense.
But what did they do? They were able to cause turnovers. And
I think it's going to be even better this year. I like our defense this year better than then. I really like it.
And look, the versatility with these edge players, like nobody talks about it, but look, if you want to put the big guys up front, Neil Farrell, Jonathan Hankins, Matthew Butler, all Bilal Nichols. If you want to put those big boys up front, you can put Chandler Jones as right outside linebacker, and you can put Max Crosby at left outside linebacker, and you can get so unique with what you do with pass rushers. Like, it's something that's not addressed enough, and it really puts Divine Diablo and Jayon Brown and Denzel Perryman. It puts those guys in a really good position to thrive when your edge rushers, when your outside linebackers are Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, two premier pass rushers in all of football, and you let those big boys up front clog up the lanes. Dude, I mean, this edge rushing unit could be top 5 in the National Football League. Hands down.
You're my favorite content creator. James Firpo always asks for this. We got to do one. I don't know if you got kids asleep or something. You can't do it, right? Hello?
You there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay. No. Yeah. What'd you say?
I said James Firpo always asks for this. I don't know if your kids are asleep or something. If you can't do it, that's fine.
Oh, I can do it. Ready?
All right. 1, 2, 3.
3.
Raiders! There you go, James. There you go, buddy. Okay, let's see. Hey, BL, good to see you in here. BL, thanks for the countdown. Let's freaking go. Can't wait. I know, man. It's 104 days, bro.
That ain't nothing, though, bro.
I mean, this stuff's going to happen in training camp. We'll be able to talk about cuts, things like that. See 13-4. A lot of people are saying that. You know, we're going to surprise somebody with something that we didn't expect to win, Rams. And we're going to Raider one up and go away to, well, here's the thing. We got to go to New Orleans and then come home and go back across country to Jacksonville. And we could Raider that game. We could easily Raider this modern era Raider that game, not, you know, and get, you know, it could happen, bro. There's trap games awaiting after the bye week. We got Houston. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we're better coached to where we can handle the bye week better and come back and win and not have crazy stuff go on like last year. And I'm not even going to get into that. That's heartbreaking still. That was from Michael Guerrero. Yeah, I knew that, bro. I okay, the cat. Okay. See, everybody's like 15-2. There's guys saying it, and you know what, Anthony? I'm going to tell you right now. I'm from the old school. If we can dominate like we did then, yeah, maybe even more. Mm-hmm. There's one guy I saw picked us to go 16-1. I was like, whoa. He said it ain't gonna be the Rams. Hey Richard, good to have you in here, bro. Good to see you. But if we dominate like we used to do, dude, I'm telling you, there's teams that we're gonna go out and beat, and everybody's gonna go, oh, we just murdered those guys. It wasn't even fair. It was like we played a Pop Warner team that are good teams. If we're doing that kind of stuff again, oh yeah, plan on it. Plan on that. Plan on that. The beginning of the dynasty's here, guys.
Well, if you're talking about beating a team like the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Bills, if you can go out and put a statement, and in my opinion, 17 points is quite a bit of statement in the modern National Football League with how these offenses are built. If you're beating a team like the Chargers, the Bills, the Chiefs, if you can go out there and put it on them 17, 20 points, that is huge. I mean, that is making a huge statement.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing with the Chiefs. I'm going to tell you right now. We go running back by committee. We're going to kill those guys. Their run defense is trash. We're going to take advantage of that. Okay? Is that Levin on screen with you, OG? Cash Lord Raider. What?
Cash Lord? You're darn right it is.
Oh, man. What was that, bro?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't even know what Levitt looks like.
No, I don't know what Levitt looks like either, man. It's like, okay. But let's see. Cash Lord. I love Cash Lord. He's funny. I wish he'd come on my show sometime. I really would. Let's see. Hall of Fame game and Cliff Branch goes in. Yeah, bro, I was severely torn about that, Sean. I have one game I can go to. My daughter graduates high school in 3 weeks. in Los Angeles. I have to go out there. And I only have money for one Raider game. I really wanted to go to the Hall of Fame, but I guess a lot of content creators are going to be going to Tennessee, and I definitely going to try to get to that one, man, week 3. So, and I want to meet all these guys. You know, I've shared screens with all these people. I'd love to go out and hang with them.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
want to try to make that game too, OG. So let me know.
Yeah, because I mean, Murph from Raiders Fan Radio, him and his crew are going to be there, the Raiders Fan Radio guys. You know, I did a show with Murph and Captain Jack, and it was hilarious. We had Phil Villapiano on, and he shanghaied Murph, wouldn't let him leave, and the guy had a date. You know, Doc's Graphic, I've been on his show a bunch of times, and he's thinking about going there, I've heard, rumored. Captain Jack's talking about going, Ray's talking about going, and Hammer's talking about going. It's like, dude, if these guys are all going to be there, I want to be there, man, because I couldn't be there for the draft. I'm just saving up for that trip for my daughter. Now I'm starting to make more, and things are picking up work-wise. It's feasible now, and I'm loving that. Oh, Matt, let's see. Adams, Waller, Renfro is a force of nature with our 2016 system on offense. Yep, this is very similar to that Jack Del Rio system. And hopefully Graham can confuse and contain offenses, which I think he can. First 5 and last 3 games are tough, but doable 12-5. I'm just saying 12-5 to be safe, but I'm telling you right now, if we beat the chokers in our hometown of Los Angeles, the Chargers, the first game, I'm switching it right there to 13-4. That's the one game I thought. I'm saying we're going to split with all these teams, but if we beat them at home, we ain't splitting nothing. We're splitting their heads.
Well, what it is like, dude. So with the whole system that we can be running, and you're comparing it to that 2016, what Josh McDaniels has openly said is that he's going to put his players in the positions where they're actually good. And with John Gruden, we've seen John Gruden's system. We've seen a lot of that I formation. And yeah, with how the Patriots were built in the past, you've seen a lot of that as well. But with Derek Carr, he's really good in that spread offense. He's really good at stretching things out. And when you look at the running back situation, everybody outside of Jacobs was lining up in those spread formations. You get Kenyon Drake from Arizona, even guys like Zeus and Britton Brown. You're getting guys that they are used to that spread formation. Now, the good aspect of Zeus and Britton Brown is they went to run-heavy colleges that also put them up in I formation, so they're really scheme flexible. So it goes back to what I said earlier is this roster is built to win in a multiple and variety way. If they have to line up in I formation 20 snaps a game and win a football that way, they'll do it. If they want to spread everybody out and be like, all right, cover all of us, cover Devontae, cover Hunter, cover Darren Waller, mix it up with Demarcus Robinson and Keelan Cole, force their hand. If they don't have a deep DB room, look for the Raiders to have a spread formation a lot of the time.
That'd be nice. Oh, Sean, good. Oh, look at this. Players are now eligible to return from injured reserve after 4 games. Practice squad increases to 16 players. Wow.
I love that.
That gives us a lot of Hola, pendejo, G. Hey, what's up, Tito? What's going on, man?
I think it's important to let those, like, I don't know why the league has waited this long to do it, but let them have a practice squad that can fit quite a bit of players on it. I mean, if you're talking about a business, right, create depth where injuries happen and you can plug them in with a pretty good football player. And it's something that never made sense to me. Why would you not allow these teams to have a stash of players that if this is
right, and especially when you can play 17 games now.
Yeah, you have to let these guys bring on more players.
But so what other stuff was going on this week that caught your attention? I mean, we talked about pretty much all that stuff. Anything else that was?
Really, dude, it's just the response of the players in this locker room to There's a lot of really good nuggets in that Josh McDaniels presser. There's like a lot of good nuggets from the players, just kind of pointing that a lot of things are different this year. And I like the energy that Josh McDaniels is bringing. I feel like this guy, I see it in him that he is really going to take this opportunity to run with it. There's a lot there was so much going on this week that, and I was so busy making content about it that, dude, the conversation is obviously endless, and there's a lot of things to talk about. So what about you, OG?
Dude, I saw the presser, man. I think everybody's like, hey, man, we're just learning. And like you had said, this is the learning phase of the season, especially when you're bringing in new leadership. Anthony Estrada, Eric, a.k.a. SC Experience, already has tickets for both LA games and one, I believe, one in Vegas. I don't know if he's scared to fly or anything. I tell you something. It's funny is I'm supposed to go out to California in 3 weeks. I hate flying. I'm not afraid. I just don't like all the BS you got to go through with TSA and all that crap. Can't smoke in a plane anymore. I'm old school. And so, yeah, I got to go spend money on some gum. No, the thing is, I hate flying. Flying is a pain in the ass. But I got to go out to my daughter's graduation, but I'm going to be out there for a week. So I'm going to go hang out I'm going to go grab Eric, and we're going to go out to a barbecue at Dirty Raiders place. And Gabe's supposed to be there. Gabe, if you're still in the chat, you better be there. And we're going to have a barbecue, and it's going to be fun one of those days. Otherwise, I got to visit a daughter in LA County, a daughter in Orange County. My business partner is in Orange County now, and I have to go have a meeting with him. Oops, that means I get to write this trip off.
There we go. Now you're thinking.
And I'm going to be hanging out with not an old OG. I'm going to be hanging out with an ancient order guy who's been around, been a fan 13 years longer than me. It's from 1960. He's an original. And I'm going to be hanging out with him a lot and just watching games at night. I'm going to be staying at his place. And it's going to be whirlwind. It's not going to be a relaxing vacation, but do not underestimate this. When I get out of that airport, the first thing I'm going to do is there's a In-N-Out down the street, and I'm going to grab me a double and a Coke, and then I'm going to be hitting all my favorite restaurants up that are still open if they're open.
Dude, okay, so I was born in California, and I left at age 2 years old. So to this day, California-born have still never had In-N-Out. And there are people that I have asked, I'm like, obviously there's some that say, dude, In-N-Out is awesome. There's a lot of people that say it's overrated. Is it overrated?
That's the first thing I'm going to do when I get there, man. I miss that place.
All right, so AFC West. I don't know if you've seen it. Did you see that Justin Herbert came in at 245 pounds?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I wonder what that I'm not really worried about it. I don't think it's a huge deal.
Trying to make himself the next Big Ben?
Yeah. He probably got hit a few times last year. He wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I got to beef up. I got to deal with these friggin' Raiders defensive linemen.
But really, let's take the Raiders out of the situation a little bit. You've got the Denver Broncos, you got the Kansas City Chiefs, and you got the Chargers. On paper, who are you looking at that you're like, okay, yeah, that's the biggest competition? And I think I know where you're going to go with it, but I want you to kind of explain why you feel that way.
Okay. I'm going to say the Chargers.
Yep.
Now, understand, by the end of the season, when Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack are on injured reserve, we're going to be a little less tooth.
Let's say they're not. Let's talk about it.
They brought in a player, was it J.C. Jackson? And I'll tell you right now, he can't cover Devontae Adams. It's on film. Okay. The Chargers are the best competition. The Broncos would be the next best because they got themselves a Hall of Fame quarterback, and we got his kryptonite. And the Chiefs haven't really improved anything, and I think they're going to end up the bottom feeders of this division. And I can't wait because there's a guy, Tom Grassi, who's a Packers fan who does these crazy skits, and they're funny as hell. And he'll do a house where the whole AFC West fans are all locked up together. There were a Chargers fan, a Chiefs fan, a Broncos fan, and 2 Raiders fans. One was a normal Raiders fan. The other one was this whole pirate. Captain something Oakley. And every week, the beginning of the season, the Chiefs guy was relegated to the basement, crying and woeing. They're going to stay there this year, and it's going to be funny to watch.
We're going to put the light in the door.
Yeah, if you're not subscribed, look, Tom Grassi's not a Raiders fan. He doesn't care about our division, but he makes skits about our division that are funnier than hell. He did this whole movie. It was like almost 3 hours long of the whole season of them all put together, all the episodes put together. I sat and watched the whole damn thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This guy is hilarious. There's another guy who's a Broncos fan that he's affiliated with, named Brandon Perna. Brandon Perna hates the Raiders, but he's funny. He's like a comedian. Okay. These guys, and then they're also affiliated with a guy named Urinating Tree. He's a Pittsburgh fan. And he tears up every team in the NFL about something stupid. It's the thing is, I'm going to enjoy watching it because I really think the Chiefs are going to be the bottom feeders of our division. Chiefs and the Donkeys. I think our biggest competition right now is the Chargers because they brought in a lot of players. What's Boyd beefed up because he wants to be the next Big Ben, hard to take down. Got it. Okay, but that's where I'm at. So where are you at?
I'm going to mix it up just a little bit. Obviously, I'm going to lock in the Chargers because I think that they're just young and they're moving in that right direction. However, I do feel like the Chargers find a way to charger it. I know a lot of Raider fans like to say that, oh, we Raider it, and we do. But Chargers are also one of those teams that they really can't ever stay healthy. And if this is the year that they stay healthy, yeah, it's the biggest threat in the division. I'm going to actually put the Chiefs above the Broncos, and it's for this reason. It's not because of the talent of the rosters. I don't think that the Chiefs did much to get better. However, I do have a lot of respect for Andy Reid. He is a good football coach, especially in that regular season. He's really, really good, and he finds ways to get players in positions to succeed. And I think he's shown a track record of that. So when it comes to coaching staff, I think the coaching staff of the Kansas City Chiefs is a lot better than the Denver Broncos. And I think that's where they have an edge by far. So I see the Broncos being at the bottom. Do they have a good quarterback? Yes. Is their defense have potential? Yes. Do they have Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton? Yes. But
they have a running game.
Exactly. And with that coaching staff, that offensive line that they have, that offensive line isn't very good. So you get Max Crosby and Chandler Jones running into town. Russell Wilson ain't going to have a lot of time, and he's going to be running.
Russell Wilson's a dead man.
We got one Raider that Russell Wilson's not looking forward to lining up against, and it's Chandler Jones. So, look.
Run away from Chandler Jones, who's waiting for you.
Dude, the AFC West has a really huge opportunity to probably be the most competitive division in all of football. I know that after free agency, that was the take. But even after the draft, really, the teams did do things to stay relevant. And even when you look at the Chiefs, who didn't do as much as the other teams in the division, until proven wrong and until they're finally knocked off the throne, which I think that this is the year that's going to happen, I will keep them in that conversation just because of the coaching staff.
Okay, and realistically, they lost Tyreek Hill, but do they have any? They have a lot of receivers. Okay. And the thing is, we just have to cover them long enough for our defensive line to get to them. And that's not going to be long.
That's not to be quick. Just because they have a lot of receivers, it doesn't – what we're saying isn't that they're going to replace Tyreek Hill, but what I'm saying is that Andy Reid does a good job at getting those guys in positions to succeed.
Yes, and he is – I mean, I make jokes about Andy Reid, but he's brilliant. He's a brilliant offensive mind. Hey, Ray, you come down for a game in Vegas, you literally have to try In-N-Out.
Dude, I want animal fries. They look delicious. Like, I watch YouTube's videos of this stuff. Like, I want some animal fries. I want a double with animal style. Like, I want it. I hear different things about it. Trust me, I look for In-N-Outs. I was in Texas earlier this year. Oh. And they had In-N-Out. But, dude, I was so busy that I wasn't able to stop at In-N-Out. So It was a bummer.
Oh, Matt Marinovich knows. Captain Finn Oakley. Grossi is a Packers fan. Yep.
Captain Finn Oakley. I have to remember that.
Yeah, you got to go to Tom Grossi's page, Grossi. I'm telling you, he puts up funny ass stuff. He's networked with a bunch of guys who are hilarious. Even though Brandon Perner hates the Raiders, but it is what it is. These guys are fun to watch. They're entertaining. Not gonna lie to you. They got their skits and stuff. And Tom Grossi's skits are hilarious. You got to get. Here's the thing: when you watch an In-N-Out burger commercial, and then you go to In-N-Out, and the burger looks the same as the burger commercial, you got. Because when you go to Burger King or McDonald's, that burger don't look nothing like the picture or the commercial.
No, bro. It looks like an arm is about to come out of it and crawl away.
Good night, Michael.
Night, Michael. Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you see on this offense 4 players that can potentially put up 1,000 yards? And what I mean by that is Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller.
Nope.
No?
No, Devontae's going to put up 1,000. Those guys are going to put up like 900 and 800. Okay? Running backs with 1,000. If they do it by committee, none of them. Okay? And whoever our wide receiver 2 is, if they rotate a bunch of guys, no. If they pick one, yep. Because everybody's going to be covering Devontae, even though they can't cover Devontae.
Okay, so say they decide to – because I could see this going both ways. I could see Josh Jacobs struggling to get a ton of reps, or with this being the last year of his contract and him going into the offseason, going to test free agency, could you see Josh McDaniels just running Jacobs into the ground? I mean, just giving him a ton of reps.
No, but I'll tell you what, if he doesn't give him a ton of reps, he'll stay healthy. So when he does get that rep, every 4 reps or 3 reps or whatever, he's going to break for some long ones. Maybe he could get 1,000. Yeah, and maybe another running back could. But, hey, Jack Kenna's in here. Hey, brother. He arrived in Napa for a Bottle Rock concert. Hey, bro. That's one of our Pendejos, man. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Jack, if you got a minute, you can come on, bro. I know you're at a concert, and I want to hear about this. You met with Ed Winchell, man. That's cool as hell. Ed Winchell's not old school, or ancient order of the Black Hole. He's old. He ain't an OG. He's ancient order. Oh, thanks, Jack, man. Hit the likes and subs, guys. Hey, if you're not subscribed to our channels and you're enjoying this, time for rehab, maybe. I mean, no, seriously. We're not going to call you and try to discuss with you about your automobile extended warranty. We're not doing any of that. Just it's easy. Like and subscribe. Follow the page, man.
Yeah, dude. We'll give you. We're not out here. Bro. Yeah, we're not gonna out here and pull your credit. So just go to the channel, subscribe, hit it with the like button. You guys.
We're not even gonna send Christmas cards, bro.
No, bro.
But it's just cool to have people come in and hang out with us. We love that.
But what we will do is we're going to give you a platform to voice your opinion, and we're going to chop it up with you. Everybody's family here.
Yep. We want to hear what you got to say. If you don't want to come on, that's cool. Some people are camera shy. But if you want to come on, man, I keep putting the link in the chat. Anybody wants to jump in, chop it up with us, we'd love to get a different perspective. He's got his, I got mine. They're obviously a little bit differing. Bring yours. Let's hear it. I would love to hear from Cash Lord. I'd love to have that guy come in. I'd love to talk with him. Let's see. Chiefs are still the team to beat until somebody actually beats them, but Chargers scare me more. Thank God they have a horrible head coach and a mediocre staff. Hey, Kaepernick, you're on your own 30 and it's 4th and 10. You're going to go for it. Okay, that idiot, their head coach is an idiot. And that's going to be their downfall. and the fact that Bosa and Mac are going to be on IR by the end of before the end of the season. They don't have any fangs at the end of the season. That's why we took them out. And those guys are always getting hurt.
When it comes down to it, coaching staff plays a huge role. And you got Andy Reid and you got Josh McDaniels. And I think that those are the guys that are at top of the division when it comes to coaching staff.
Anthony Estrada, I have to drive across 2 other states to get any Woodson. And right now, I want to try it. I really do. Dude, that breaks my heart. But I also would love to I wanted to get that 2-pack thing where you get 2 bottles, 1 autograph, and 1 you drink now. And the other one you don't drink. I wanted that deal. But, dude, I have to drive across 2 states to get it. It's not around here anywhere, bro. Hey, Willie Wayne, good to see you in the chat, brother. Drake could hit 1,000 all-purpose for sure. Hey, Here's the link. Go ahead and comment on that. Here's the link if you want to come in and hang with us, bro.
No, yeah, Drake is going to be one of those guys that, much more than the John Gruden system, he's going to be a really good scheme fit for Josh McDaniels because he does a lot of the things that Josh likes to do. So for Drake to come in and have 1,000 purpose yards, I 100% agree with that. Drake might be one of those running backs that you look back at the end of the year and you're like, I could see the Raiders keeping this guy moving forward.
Anthony Estrada, what you drinking? I'm drinking rum with my favorite mixer, ice.
You watering it down over there, OG?
No, my rum is not that watered down. I don't put a whole lot of ice in it. I just get enough to chill it, and I'm drinking it before the ice melts. So, and I've got another bottle which they didn't have my favorite. They only had 1. And because we can't have rum here on Sundays, we can't buy alcohol on Sunday here. I'm in the Bible Belt. I bought a second bottle, and it's 101 proof. And I went, nope, not doing that. I'm going to be mixing that one with Coca-Cola because it's like, nah, I'm not going to get slapped. I don't want a hole burnt in my stomach, man. I don't want my wake up in the morning and my nostril hairs go blonde because of it.
Right, yeah. When you're starting to look at stuff over 100 proof, you're kind of dancing with the devil a little bit.
Oh, dude, my dad used to drink 151 Bacardi. And I remember I was 11 years old and I was sick for 3 days. And he goes, okay, I had enough of this. Pours me a couple fingers into a glass. Says, pinch your nose. Don't smell this. Just drink it. Okay. I launched a fire bomb down my throat, my esophagus. It blew up in my stomach. And I was like, ugh. And I laid down, fell asleep, woke up, covered in sweat, and I could breathe. My throat wasn't sore. Rum does the body good. I see Yoshi says, I miss In-N-Out. Moved to the Midwest, don't have them there. Yeah, I know, brother.
And that's where I'm at. I'm right in Indiana, and man, we don't have nothing that good, bro. Like, I mean, honestly.
I lived in California for 20 years, and I'm out here on the East Coast now, and there's no In-N-Out. The nearest one's in Texas. So down the street from the Long Beach airport where I'm going to be debarking is an In-N-Out, and I'm hitting it hard, and I'm going to enjoy it. And then I'm going to drive to Manhattan Beach where I'm staying, and probably just pass out.
Do you like hot? Do you like hot chicken, like spicy chicken?
Well, like spicy everything.
Good. I think, dude, if we can go to the Nashville game, there's some hole-in-the-wall hot chicken joints, and I'll have to take you to them.
Oh, yeah, what do they call it? They call it something hot, brown hot.
Hottie Bees is like the franchise one, but there's one that was actually on the Food Network channel, and it's called 400 Degrees, and it's in Nashville.
It's hot brown or something like that?
Hattie B's is the franchise one.
No, but I mean the food. There's something. It's a hot brown. It's a sauce. You make it with red pepper flakes, cayenne, all this stuff, and oil, and cook it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've actually made some. There's a channel I follow called Sam the Cooking Guy, and he makes Nashville hot brown, but he made it with waffles, hot brown chicken with waffles, dude.
fire.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, I tried it. I loved it. OG, you can get it delivered to your house, $15 flat rate to ship if you order 2 or more bottles.
Uh-oh. Shouldn't have told him that.
Oh, thank you for telling me that. Oh, yeah, really? I get the Woodton whiskey. Nice. I want to try it. I heard that the aging process is interesting, and it's supposed to be really smooth, so I can't wait to try that stuff. No, I'm not located in New York, bro. I grew up in New York. I'm from New York. Let's see, New Chip pizza pretty good. Whoever says Chicago pizza is better, no, then New York is bugging. What? Wait, let me read that again, because New York pizza is the best. Brooklyn's the best.
That's what he said.
No, I grew up in New York. I've been there. One of my 8th grade trip, DC, New York. New York pizza pretty good. Whoever says Chicago pizza is better than New York is bugging. Yeah, if you're gonna eat your pizza with a knife and a fork, that ain't pizza, bro. And then New York pizza's good. It folds in half nice, and you bite it, and you're eating it, your paper plate's all covered with that red grease. That red grease lets you know. That Tupperware dying red grease that's the stuff right there, bro. Yeah, I've never been to Oakland, Willie. I mean, I've been through it, but I've never been there. I had to go to a trip to San Francisco once. On the way back, drove through Oakland just to see the Coliseum and drove home. I mean, I didn't stop.
That's one thing that I regret is like I wish I could have got out to the O.co. I wish I could have experienced the tailgate with everybody, and I did have an opportunity, but man, I was really pinching pennies back then, and it was like, if I do this, we're gonna be cutting it close. So I didn't unfortunately get to go out there, but I'm gonna look forward to getting out to Vegas eventually.
Yeah, I went to the games I went to were in LA, man. I got 3rd in my class in rank in quartermaster navigation A school for the Navy. And there were all the 2 guys who ranked ahead of me were strikers. Strikers are guys who were already assigned to a ship. They left the ship to go to training and then come back to be to do that job. So I got to be number 1 in my class for choice. I had Gaeta, Italy. I had Hawaii. I'm looking down the list. I see Long Beach, California. I'm like, asked my instructor, how far is Long Beach from Los Angeles? He goes, actually, it's part of Los Angeles. I'll take that. Wait a minute. Yeah. I got there with 2 months of pay, went home on leave, took off to my duty station in Long Beach, 2 months of pay, got to the base. Before I even checked into my ship, I went to the Ticketmaster on the base and got myself a Raiders season ticket.
Oh, attaboy.
And that's why I chose Long Beach. And so went to my ship, checked in, all my stuff. I had there was a couple games that I had to miss because I had to stand duty and I couldn't get off duty or trade with anybody. So, but I got to go to most of the games at home. And what was really cool is at one time while I was there, I'm walking to the Navy Exchange, which is the store where you buy your clothing. You can buy regular civilian clothing, military clothing. There's restaurants, little joints. They used to have this thing, a 1/4-pound hot dog, and you could smother it with chili, cheese, and chopped jalapenos and onions. I used to go there, and you eat that with a knife and fork because that's a sloppy SOB, but it was good. I'm coming back. I'm heading my ship. And there's Ensign Napoleon McCallum. And I'm like, he saluted me back. I'm like, good game, sir. And he turned around. I was like, last week's game, you rocked it. Thanks. And he shook my hand. Officers don't shake your hand. He was the nicest freaking guy. But I got to meet him one time. Just walking across each other in the base. It wasn't a lot of time spent. It was a couple, 30 seconds to a minute. And then I was like, yeah, I'll see you in the next game. I got tickets. And that, that was it. But I got to meet him at the base, got to salute him, and went back to my ship, did my time, my tour, all my stuff. But I always got Raiders season tickets, except for one time I knew we were going to deploy and we were going to be gone for 6 months. I didn't buy tickets that season because we were over in the Persian Gulf. So,
Do you have any surprise cuts to kind of drag it back into the Raiders a little bit? Do you see any surprise cuts that could happen with the silver and black?
Oh, I see a whole lot of surprise cuts. And let me tell you why. We're so freaking loaded with talent and depth right now. I'll tell you my surprise cut, not surprise, Jonathan Abram. I see if we can't trade him, we'll cut him. And let me tell you why. If Hobbs goes back and plays that other safety role and he's good at it, Abrams is done because they know they can throw his ass in the box. You saw it last year. Okay. If he can cover, Abrams is gone. There's my not so surprise cut for me, but surprise cut. Gabe's finally home, and Anthony's dipping out. Hey, good night, Anthony, bro. It's good to hang out with you, bro.
Okay, so you
the
see
chat tonight. This is cool. I usually can't, man. I put hot sauce on hot sauce.
Attaboy. Yes. Well, okay, so what about Cleve Farrell? Do you see Cleve Farrell having an opportunity to make the roster over Jonathan Abram?
Yes. I think he'll make it and he'll thrive and he'll look like a superstar and people will be buying Farrell jerseys.
Mm.
Oh, the hot challenge chips. Yeah. I watched Hammer do that when he got to 500 subscribers. I'm like, yeah, you should have waited until 1,000, bro. He damn near died. His wife took the ice cream and hid it from him. It was hilarious. The best thing to eat when you do one of those to get rid of the heat is a creamsicle. It cools your mouth off fast. There's that challenge guy who used to be on Food Network, did all the food challenges and did some hot challenges too, said that's the best thing you can do. But the thing is, the chip challenges, you're not supposed to just eat that chip. You got to sit there for 5 minutes. And most people can't do it.
So what do you say? I'm not far from 500 subscribers. So should I do something for the 500 mark or should I wait for the 1,000?
I wouldn't do no hot chip challenge for that. No, you just kill yourself in front of your fans. No, you look at, man, I put hot sauce on everything, man. If I get some fried chicken, I'll go to KFC. I come back, I'm dousing it with hot sauce before I eat it. And then after I get all the outside parts, I'm hitting it again because I want the inside parts hot. I like hot sauce. Love hot food. Wait, yeah, it was Hammer. Oh, yeah, I remember Hammer ate one. That was hilarious. You know what it was? His wife hid his ice cream, right? The ice cream. And he was off gagging and drinking milk, and she took over the screen and was like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I can't believe he did this. She touched one of the chips. And then she did something, and she grabbed some ice cream. She said, oh, there's stuff in my ice cream. Grabbed the ice cream, took a bite, and burned herself on that shit.
Dude, I was eating hot wing challenge one time, and it had ghost pepper sauce. And, dude, I think I got like 4 wings in. I mean, this wasn't even enjoyable at all. And I ran to the bathroom because I had to take a piss. And so, dude, I'm not even thinking about it, right? And I'm taking a piss. I get back to my booth, and, bro, it felt like somebody had a lighter in my crotch, bro. I mean, it was so bad. Like, I can't even describe to you. It felt like somebody took mace and shot it down my shorts, bro. It was horrible.
God. Yeah, my father, my biological father used to make this hot sauce, and it was like light yellow water. He had all these peppers in it, and he let that sit for 2 weeks on the counter, and he'd put it in the fridge and leave it for months. Then he'd open it up, cook it down, put it back in the jar, put it back in the fridge for another couple of weeks. All he did was cook out some of the water. And he would just drizzle this stuff on his food, mix it all together, and sit there. I tried that shit one time. I had blisters all over my lips. It was bad, bro.
It almost gets to the point. It's like extract.
Yeah, I don't need to do that to myself. I mean, I like spicy stuff,
Yeah.
but I don't want to kill myself.
No, there's a level.
I don't want to napalm my mouth, It's like people are like, I'll make good chili. Yeah. It's so spicy. It's like you can't even enjoy it.
Mm-mm.
Me, my chili, I make it. You can eat it. You can eat it. After a few bites, it's starting to get that a little warm in your throat. And that's all you get. And it stays like that. And you can enjoy the flavor of it. But
I make a white chicken chili that's got some heat to it, but a lot like what you're saying, just enough kick. It's almost that like addictive heat. And I'll do like heavy cream in it. It's got corn and white Alaskan kidney beans, whole chunk chicken breast. Like it is killer chili.
Tito says, I have 4 habanero plants, 2 Thai chilies, and 1 ghost plant. But you chose violence in your garden, bro?
Dude, I got a habanero plant. I got 2 habanero plants going in my garden. So I feel you, bro. Get some nice salsa going. I've got enough stuff to get a lot of good salsa garden going.
Yeah, see, the habaneros, if it's going to be a sweet or a curry dish, yeah, I'm in. But if it's going to be something else, the flavor's got to be sweet or curry, something nutty or sweet. The habanero fits perfect flavor profile. I'm just saying.
I like habaneros.
And now you're just trying to hurt people. And I love Thai chilies. They go everywhere. And a ghost, you're just waging war on folks.
Yeah, bro.
And they just slip one to Mahomes before a game. Who was the quarterback we had before Gannon? No, there was one quarterback, Hostetler. Hostetler was known to be a practical joker. And they were serving tomato soup, and this one guy had tomato soup, and Hostetler took a bottle of hot sauce and poured it into the guy's soup, stirred it up real nice. It was one of our players. And the guy started eating and jumped up and gagging, like screaming, like, because Hostetler used to do stuff like that. He was our quarterback, but everybody said he was a practical joker, pulled stunts like that all the time. See,
So
Thai chilies are awesome, Yoshi. I love them in Thai food, but I also like them in some American foods, man. Thai chili peppers got a great flavor. And if you roast them, oh my God, they're amazing. Or grill them.
I need to get on that. Yeah, I need to get on that.
Oh, grill them and then peel the skin, open them, cut them up, open them up, take the seeds out. It's still plenty hot. And chop those up into like any dish. And they're good. It doesn't matter if it's American, Thai, Asian, African, whatever. Thai chili peppers are awesome flavor.
I'm a smoker, so like, dude, it's nothing for me to get up at 5 a.m., throw like a pork butt, some brisket, whole chickens, slab of like beef ribs, pork ribs, spare ribs. I mean,
salmon.
Dude, and just sit outside and smoke. Just sit out there, chill, enjoy the weather, and just make some phenomenal food. I love to smoke meat.
And torture the neighbors from the smoke coming out of it. And they can smell it a mile away.
Everybody comes out of their house like, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, you'd like to know, don't you? You'd love to know.
I used to do that. I used to smoke up. I was smoking up ribs one time, and I had a neighbor upstairs in the penthouse. I was in the bottom. We could have a grill. They couldn't. And I'm out there with my smoker, and I'm smoking up pork ribs. And a little while later, it's like, neighbor pops his head over the balcony. Danny, what you making? Ribs done. I'll be down a little bit. It was Don Knotts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was my upstairs neighbor when I lived in LA. He lived upstairs, and him and the guy next door, Larry was the king of Thailand, Siam's best friend back in the day when he was an agent, a Hollywood agent. And his biggest client was Groucho Marx, and he talked him to leaving radio and getting into TV. We're talking ancient days, bro. Okay. These guys were both, Don was legally blind and Larry was half crazy, so they took away their license. They couldn't get a driver's license. Larry had this big old Cadillac in the garage. And he'd be like, Danny, Dodgers are playing the Braves today. Yeah, heard about that. Think you can drive us to the game? You got it, guys. And I hang out. I was young. I was in my 20s. I hang out with these two guys in their 80s. Go to the Dodgers game, and I would kind of sit on the outside of them, protect them from people coming up wanting to talk to Don. And we get the red hots, and I'm like, Larry, you know you're not supposed to have those. Yeah, fuck that. He just didn't care. And we go to Dodgers games, and Larry'd buy the tickets, or Don would buy the tickets. We get good seats, we hang out. You need a beer, you need that, you know. It was fun. I get to hang out with these old guys, and it was a blast, man. And but I would smoke up ribs, and Don would come down like want a sample. I'd cut him a couple ribs. Thanks. I'd sit there and just eat them.
So, I wanted your opinion of any off season. Does this bring back any memories for you comparative to any Raider former team? Like, is there something going on where you're like, man, this feels like X year, whatever the case may be, or is this unique in its own way?
This last year, I told everybody, I said, this feels like 1975. We didn't quite hit 1975. There is no season that I can recall that was ever this good in the offseason. None. Zero. I honestly believe that we are going to devastate and dominate the NFL this year. I think with these guys, yeah. Here's my floor. You ready? Here's my floor. We make it to the AFC Championship game. That's my floor.
Ooh. Oh, gee, I like that.
Okay. If we go 12-5, that's a floor. But if we go further than that, you got to come through Las Vegas to get to the championship.
Yeah, do you see us hosting the home games?
Where's the Super Bowl at?
Mm-hmm.
Home game.
And look, the last two Super Bowls, the home team was hosting it. Think about that.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying our floor is the AFC Championship game. Floor. It doesn't matter what the fucking record is if we get into the playoffs. If we're dominating, our floor is getting to the AFC Championship game at home. And then the next game's going to be at home too. Our floor is the AFC Championship. That's where I see us.
OG, if we go to the Super Bowl.
Bullshit. I said last year, we're getting to the playoffs. And everybody's like, oh, gee, you're half crazy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, crazy old man, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. We got to the playoffs. I see us going to the AFC Championship this year. Tell me I'm crazy. Okay. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the year, I'll be like, next year I'll be going, I told everybody. I told you guys.
If the Raiders make the Super Bowl this year, OG, I'm coming down and picking you up, and we're going to go watch this game somewhere.
Dude. If the Raiders get to the Super Bowl, oh, yeah, I got to go somewhere and watch a game. I'm not civilized enough to be at home. It's like, no. You're in Indiana. I'm in South Carolina. Somewhere in between. We'll go to Nashville and watch it with Murph and those guys.
Yeah, we'll set something up, bro. We'll make an event out of it.
Afford Super Bowl tickets in our crowds.
No, we're not going to act like that.
I have a friend who gets to go every year because he's friends with Vince Lombardi's granddaughter. And so she gives him the option to get a $2,500 ticket every year. And he takes it.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Exactly. He went, and he used to be really big and heavy, like fat. And he went and dropped a bunch of weight. After he did, he turned around to me and said, hey, I got this hoodie. I don't know what to, you want it? It was a Super Bowl hoodie from when the Super Bowl, when the Super Bowl was at Detroit in the Lions Stadium. So it had the silver and blue colors. This shit, it's got a short face. I don't like that. I wish it was longer. But this thing is warmer than any coat I have ever owned, bro.
Wow.
I've still got it. I had to go dig it out, but I've still got that it's not Raider stuff, it's a Super Bowl stuff, but it was a $200 hoodie though. I'm not talking shit, Matt. I'm talking
facts.
Just telling you what I feel. Like, this is the facts. This is why I'm a meat cutter, so I save the best for me.
Yep.
What? Damn.
Savage.
Get that back strap, Yoshi?
So
them ribeyes.
the AFC Championship game, who are we facing?
Huh?
Who are we facing? AFC Championship.
If it's the AFC East, Buffalo. If it's the AFC South, yeah, fuck the AFC South. The AFC North, yeah, fuck those guys too. It's probably going to be Buffalo.
It's probably going to be Buffalo. So how do you see we stack up against Buffalo?
I mean, who else do you see AFC teams that are up there?
Well, 3 of them might be from our division alone.
Yeah, but nobody will make the AFC Championship. Everybody will be eliminated by then, I think.
Yeah.
It ain't. Yeah, nobody in our division. I think it'd be who are the toughest teams out there in the AFC other than everybody's like Kansas City Chargers, they're gone. Buffalo.
You see, what about the Patriots?
I wish.
You like what I did there?
Yeah. Hey, put that in the book of shit that's never going to happen. Buffalo and Miami are both going to be better than the Patriots this year.
I'm trying to think, dude, honestly, like nobody in the AFC is like outside of Buffalo. I'm not worried about nobody. And I can't believe I'm saying that.
No. And you know what's really crazy? Yeah, but this is way it used to be. You know what? I seriously, I would love a revenge game on the sucking ears and Tom Brady.
That would be beautiful.
Destroy both of them. Like, nope. It began with us. It ends with us.
Yep, and it starts the trajectory that the Raiders originally should have been on with that tough.
Yeah, because that bullshit call, we should have went into the Super Bowl. Pittsburgh was practicing up for us because they knew we were going to win that game, and then they had to switch it up at last minute for the Patriots, and that's why they got eliminated.
Yeah, this storm could come full circle, bro.
The Raiders are going to be the Desert Storm. Okay, our defense is going to be the Desert Storm. Our offense is going to be the Desert Storm. If these guys latch on, we got smart guys. They latch on to what Graham's doing, what McDaniels doing, and if they can stay healthy.
That's the thing. That's the number one thing with me.
Stay healthy, guys, because the rest of the NFL is going to get hurt. That your boys playing against men, and if we got to take on Buffalo, we'll take them on at home, not in Buffalo.
Okay, so this offseason is probably the best offseason. However, the core of players, and I know John Gruden and Mike Mayock get a lot of hate for some of the decisions, and especially that 2019 draft class, even though they came away with Max Crosby and Hunter Renfrow, everybody else in that class has kind of failed off. But when you look at what John was able to do and Mike Mayock, they really did build a solid core for a guy like Josh McDaniels to come in and not have to change up the entire core of the football team, but just add superstars at levels where it needed it. And he took something that was pretty decent, and now he's just taking it to the next level. He didn't have to rebuild anything, and that has to be a testament to what Gruden and Mayock did. Was it pretty all the time? No, it wasn't pretty. Did they make mistakes?
The first 2 rounds were Gruden's, bro. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Gruden picked the first and second rounds, except for 1 year Mark Davis interjected and picked Henry Ruggs because he wanted his next Cliff Branch. But who do we pick up in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds that year? We got Hunter Renfrow. We got Max Crosby. We got Nate Hobbs. We got
Malcolm Kuntz.
Yeah, and that was Mayock's picks. Mayock did not fail this team. It was Gruden who screwed this team in the beginning. Okay.
I think Mayock did a pretty good job. I'm not even going to lie. Like, his late round finds are actually they're pretty impressive. Like Malcolm Kuntz is a third-round player that everybody's going to know. If you're a Raider fan, Malcolm Kuntz will explode onto the scene in this Patrick Graham's defense. Like, this is a guy that you're talking about had 27 offensive snaps in 5 football games, the last final 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes away with 2 sacks in 27 snaps.
Right.
And I made a video about this kid and comparing him to the University of Buffalo. The University of Buffalo has done a phenomenal job at developing edge rushers that have this one-arm stab. I mean,
small team, small school.
And a lot of people don't know this. Khalil Mack was listed at 6'3", 247 pounds. And a lot of people think of Malcolm Kuntz as a smaller player than Khalil Mack. Malcolm Kuntz weighs over 250 pounds.
Right.
So when you look at these guys on film, they look a lot alike. I mean, the one-arm stab, the ability for Malcolm to get around the edge for his size, he has really good bend ability. This is a guy that Patrick Graham is going to get a hold of, and he's really flying under the radar. You're not hearing a lot of people talk about him, and I would encourage you guys to go check out the film breakdown that I have of Malcolm Kuntz, because this is a guy, year 2, is going to explode onto the scene for this defense. And what Patrick Graham can do, like we were talking about earlier, getting Max Crosby, Chandler Jones standing up at left and right outside linebacker, and you put a guy like Malcolm Kuntz on the edge, and then you throw in a Neil Farrell or a Bilal Nichols in there, you're talking about 3 premier pass rushers that can really get after the quarterback. And look for Malcolm Kuntz to get around 8 sacks this season. I really feel that.
Hey, Yoshi, man, this is going to be a special year. It's the beginning of a special decade. Okay. And Yoshi, I've never seen you in my chat before, so if you're not subscribed, bro, you got to subscribe, man.
Yeah, I am.
We're going to bring this stuff to you.
Yeah, I invited him over from my channel. He's been commenting on some of my stuff, so I made sure he came in and subscribed to the old OG.
Cool, man. Cool, because we're going to be, me and Captain Jack and me and Ray, we're going to be doing, and me and Jack Kenner are going to be doing shows. Jack's out partying tonight. He didn't get to celebrate his anniversary the proper way because he was not feeling, he was under the weather. I'm going to leave it at that. But he's out tonight, and I'm going to be probably calling him tomorrow. But yeah, if you're not subscribed to our channels, bro, we're going to be bringing some fire content. And I'm going to be bringing it with Ray, be bringing it with Jack, Captain Jack Rackham. And we may have an addition to our Chronicles of the Black Hole team over there. I'm not going to get into that now, but we're going to be doing a lot more interviews with ex-Raiders players on my channel. And so, guys, if you're not subscribed, share it with a friend, man. Okay? You tell 2 friends and tell them to tell 2 friends. Hang out with us. Come, anybody's welcome to jump in. I've been putting the link in the chat. Yeah, you're right, Matt. He should have, but he didn't. Ribeye all the way. Oh God, Yoshi, I love ribeye, man. It is now. You have to sell body parts on eBay to buy it now. But I love ribeye. My rest of my family are New York strip. They want to trim the fat off the outside and just eat that. Me, I want that fat everywhere. I love it. And I'll tell you right now, if you can get ossobuco shanks, oh my God, that's the best thing ever.
It's hard to find.
Belichick was pissed when we picked Renfro before the Pats. Yeah, good. He wanted Renfro. He knew what he was doing. He was a prototypical slot receiver for the Patriots. That sneaky good thing. Tough shit. We got him.
Josh McDaniels has everything that he wants. He's got the quarterback that he wanted. He's got the slot receiver that fits his system like perfectly. He's got the tight end. He's got the big dominant receiver on the outside. I mean,
the number 1 wide receiver.
The number 1 wide receiver, not a number 1 wide receiver. The number 1 X factor wide receiver in all of football. This, as a Raider fan, I have never had an off season where I'm sitting back and I'm not stressed, bro. I am just taking it all in. I'm enjoying this, every single bit of it. At first, I'm not going to lie, I was not for the Josh McDaniel hiring when it initially came out. I just was like, dude, I don't know if I trust this guy. But you know what? After thinking about it, everybody changes over 10 years, bro. Everybody. And if this guy has really put his past behind him, and everybody's talking about the whole cheating thing. Look, I know an owner that put signs up in our locker room that says like cheating is
If you ain't
encouraged.
cheating, you ain't trying.
No, cheating's encouraged. We are a team that we will do anything we can to win football games. I'm not worried about that at all. But as far as the trusting him and everything, I didn't know. And at first I didn't really like his personality, but looking back at it,
I trust Ziegler.
It's Dave Ziegler. Dave Ziegler is a X Factor GM that I think now that he's calling the shots, you're looking at, like you say, OG, you're looking at a potential dynasty. You're looking at...
No, we're not looking at a potential shit. We're looking at a dynasty.
And it's wild to say that. Like, that's why you see me say it. I'm pretty reserved about that. Like, I'm always like a potential, because I've seen it happen. But I do lean towards your opinion. I do think we are watching the start of a takeover of the Raiders of old are back. And it's a bit of the Raiders of old meeting the new school. And there's this blend of youthful talent, smart head coaches, good schemes. And I think we're going to come and take the National Football League by storm.
I am 57 years old. The last time the Raiders won the Super Bowl was my senior year in high school. Guys, I'm from the old school where we win games. We're down 20 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, no problem. We got this. And we win. You guys are going to come for the same thing eventually. And this is good. I want you guys to witness this, enjoy this. I've been screaming dynasty all year. And I've been saying we are the beginning of a dynasty. Watch your dynasty unfold. This year, you're going to actually start to see this son of a bitch unfold. And if we go out there and dominate everybody like we used to do, and we got Ziegler and McDaniel, watch this run for 10, 20 years. Enjoy. This could potentially be the number one offense in the league. Absolutely, Matt. We're good offense. We're always in the top 5 last year, right? We had a hurt Waller, no number 1 wide receiver. Waller better not get hurt this year or anything else because he's not going to get that big fat contract. He knows that. You got to take care of your body. Do your post game workouts and stuff to get yourself healed. Waller stays healthy, and if Adams stays healthy and Renfro stays healthy,
I just don't think people understand the
NFL. Poor you.
I don't think people understand. Like the nation knows Waller's a good tight end. The nation knows that he's a top 3 tight end when he's healthy, if not number 1. But for people who don't watch film, I don't think that they understand what the addition of Devontae means for a guy like Darren. Darren is a guy that a whole defense game plans for. They double team him, they shade coverage over to him, and yet he's still able to find a way to make huge plays. You bring in a guy like Devontae Adams, in the coverage that was shaded over to Darren Waller. Look, Darren Waller is going to have a fantastic year. Not only that, Josh McDaniels loves these type of players, and you're going to see Josh McDaniels get so creative. You're going to see Waller stretched out wide. You're going to see him line him up in the slot. You're going to see him pull Devontae and put Devontae Adams in the slot and bump out Waller outside wide in the red zone and get him one-on-one with a safety.
Moreau, bro.
And don't forget, like the depth, OG, the depth of this team, like coming from someone who loves to watch film. It's hard for me to see defenses game plan for the Raiders. It's hard. Like before, I would always go into weeks as if I'm the defensive coordinator. And I look at the talent that their defense has, and I put it up against our offense. And I say, okay, look, if I'm the defensive coordinator, how am I going to attack the Raiders? Going into this season, you can't do that. Like, you can attack a specific spot. Like, all right, we're going to blanket Devontae and we're going to force Hunter and Darren and Josh Jacobs to beat us. Hey, brother Jack, what's going
Hey,
on?
what's up, brothers?
Hey,
What is
man,
going
you
on,
at the
brother?
concert?
Yeah, we just walked in.
I'm going to call you
see some
tomorrow.
of
I
the-
want to talk to you about that when you met up with Ed Winchell, bro. I'll call you tomorrow on that one.
I just wanted to hop in and say hello. I can't even hear you guys. It's so loud out here. And we're not even in the main area yet.
Okay. Well, you
So I
met
just want to say salute. Have a great show, gentlemen.
Good night. Jack. He's
Jack
at a
cracks me up,
concert.
man.
He cracks me up. He's at a concert. He's going to do his thing. But no, what were you were, listen, here's the thing. What happens when you got Devontae, Waller, Renfro, Moreau out there at the same time?
That's what I'm saying.
Who are you going to double?
Because, like I said, you can line Waller outside. I know a lot of people know this, but he was a former wide receiver.
Right.
This guy moves like a wide receiver. So when you put Waller on the outside, someone who demands double coverage, if you line up in single coverage against Darren Waller, you're a fool because he's going to kill you. You might get him a play here too. You might bat a pass down. Derek Carr might overthrow him. But if you single coverage Darren Waller on the outside, you're a fool. And then you have Devontae, and then you have Hunter, and then you have a sneaky tight end like Foster Moreau, who I think is going to have a huge season. Look out. Like, you can't cover them. If they're healthy, and I know everybody in the league, if you're a defensive coordinator, you're looking at that, and you're saying, how do we attack the Raiders?
Who do we take out of the game?
And when we do, now we're limiting our defense. Like, honestly, the Raiders are forcing teams to have to go man-to-man on all these players. Why? Because the depth on these defenses are not built. Look, you're going to take Devontae out. Okay, you're going to roll all your coverage over there. The entire other half of your defense is completely exposed with players that cannot cover these guys. So what are they going to have to do? They're going to have to spread their talent out. And what are the Raiders going to do? They're going to say, okay, we're going to spread you guys out, and you're going to have to cover every inch of the field. I love it.
The silver and black tsunami.
It is going to be disgusting. Ray, what are your thoughts on Tyron Johnson? Tyron Johnson is my sleeper to make the roster. This is the guy who has true speed. This is a guy who has that 4.4 speed that we're all looking for. Look, he's a guy that came in for the Chargers, made some big plays, big explosiveness. And when I was at the Indianapolis game, I was there for pregame warm-up. And I'm watching these guys warm up, and this is when we got Deshaun Jackson, yada, yada. And everybody knows Deshaun Jackson for his speed. And for 35 years old, he's still got some speed. I mean, it's evident. You can see it in pregame warm-up. Tyron Johnson was out there, and I was watching this guy warm up. And this is a player where I was like, why is this kid not on the football field? I mean, the kid stretches the field. He is extremely fast. And it's just a matter of time before he explodes onto a scene. And this is a guy that, look, he doesn't have to be that solid number 2. We've discussed it before that the number 2 on this roster is really your number 4. You mix him in with a Keelan Cole, a Demarcus Robinson, and a Tyron Johnson, you're looking at an elite group of wide receivers. And those guys aren't getting enough credit. Because why?
Well, you forgot a guy, that guy we got from the Dolphins.
Matt Collins.
Yeah.
With the additions of him, with DeMarcus Robinson, Keelan Cole, and Tyron Johnson, honestly, OG, I put those 3 above Matt Collins. That's how high I am on these guys.
Well, whoever your speed receiver guy is, throw him as your number 2. He's a number 4, but it takes a body away from coverage.
He can stretch the field unlike any of the other receivers. That's what I like about Tyron Johnson. Tyron Johnson is the guy that you can run the go ball and you can really get those defensives backing up, because the other guys, DeMarcus Robinson has speed and he is a threat with a deep ball, but Tyron Johnson is a bit in a different category when it comes to stretching the football field. And he's a solid special teamer, which I know Josh McDaniels is going to be looking for. Tyron Johnson will probably make this roster.
Yoshi, you don't have Jack. If you're talking about Jack Hanna, he doesn't have a channel, bro. He just does a show with me. We're buddies. He jumps on. We do a show together called Those Pendejos in a chat room like tonight. He was out last week. He wasn't feeling well. He's at a concert this week. Ray's jumping in, filling in for him. Ray and I are doing our own show. And we've been talking about that. I'd like to talk to you about maybe doing a Wednesday night.
Okay.
Pastor and the Pirate.
I love it.
Yeah. And
I love it.
maybe Wednesday night on your channel.
Yep.
We do that. Usually Jack's in here on Friday night, like tonight, but he's doing things. He's got stuff. But Ray will jump in, and I'll jump in with Ray anytime he wants. He'd jump in with me if he's available, if I'm available, and we get to get in these in-depth conversations, which I really love, because this guy over here, this guy, what the hell? This guy over here is knowledgeable. His perceptions are in depth. His analysis is really well thought out, and that's why he's my favorite content creator. Now, don't get me wrong. I got a lot of favorite content creators I love, but I love working with this guy, and I love watching this guy. He's got great stuff, and he's my favorite content creator, and that's why you need to subscribe to him if you're not subscribed, because you are missing out big time. Don't deprive yourself of stuff, bro. Do not deprive yourself of stuff.
I appreciate that, OG.
No, bro, it's true. I'm not trying to cap. You're my favorite content creator. Like I got all the notifications, everything. I was like, oh, Ray, let's see what we got. And when I first watched your stuff before we even talked, I watched like 4 videos of yours in a very short time. I went, why is this guy not got that many subscribers? Like, this is wrong. And I introduced you to my channel. I was hoping to get you into other channels. I mentioned you on other people's stuff. Like, dude, you're true, pure content, not rumors and speculation, but real content. Your channel's my favorite. If your numbers blow past mine, good. I hope so. You should. You're that good. I'm saying it in front of all Raider Nation.
Yeah. Well, you're coming with me, brother.
Well,
you're coming with me.
2 tight end sets with Renfro and Adams will be unguardable. True. But if you put Waller, Renfro, Moreau out there with Adams, poor you.
Good luck.
Poor defense. Good luck.
And let me say it this way. If this roster, say you took every single player that we have on our roster and you had them in a Kansas City Chief uniform, every single media outlet in the entire nation, or you put them in a Chargers uniform, or you put them with the Green Bay Packers, or you put them with the Dallas Cowboys, they are going to be saying how this team is Super Bowl contenders, how they're going to be the team to beat, and there's nothing but crickets on the end of the national narrative. I love it. Don't even mention us. Don't mention us. I want to come in and sweep this.
We're Raiders. Get used to it. If you're a Raiders fan, get used to it. And if we get in there, we're get into the Super Bowl, they're going to talk about how we're going to blow it.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to trash us to the end. And then when it's over, well, the Raiders were a fluke next year. It's going to happen, guys. We're Raiders. There's 31 teams and the Raiders.
I was just going to say that.
That's the NFL. We're going to dominate. If we dominate during the regular season, we're killing it, and we don't have a lot of close games, and we get to the play.
But just can you imagine it? Like, could you imagine if Kansas City Chiefs has Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, and they've got Devontae Adams, and they've got Darren Waller, and they've got a runner with Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake? They would not shut up about the Chiefs. They wouldn't shut up.
Especially.
I mean, or if the Chiefs went out and got a Patrick Graham, and you get all these guys that Patrick Graham brought in, we'd be talking about how these defenses are the next on the rise. And I love this. This offseason, it gets an A++ for me. I mean, and I'm hard on grading. I'm a stickler. I really am, because I'm a realist and I'm a purist at heart. And I don't think that every signing is a home run signing. I see signings for what they are. Some of them are depth piece. Some of them are camp bodies. Some of them are plug and play.
Not all of them are going to make it.
And not all of them are going to make it. But with what they've done with a roster that was already established last season, that punched a ticket and lost by 1 score to the team that goes into the Super Bowl, I cannot OG, I think about it all the time. I'm like, with the amount of cap space that we had and the amount of good players that they brought in, it almost doesn't even add up. Like, I'm looking at all these free agents that we brought in, and if they would have brought all these free agents in on just the average team, you're talking about a team that has turned into a playoff team with the additions that they've made. You're talking about a playoff team making this amount of additions. I have never seen anything like it. I really haven't, because they're getting good quality players, and the amount of affordability that they're getting these good players at. You get a linebacker like Jayon Brown, yeah, he's coming off of a knee injury. But you get a linebacker like Jayon Brown, and he's getting paid $1.25 million.
Bargain.
Like, you're getting a Bilal Nichols for under $5 million a year average. Like, this is what Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler do. They go and get good football players that doesn't have to have the sexiest name. Now, don't get me wrong. They'll go get a sexy name. They'll go out and get the best wide receiver in football. They'll go out and get one of the top premier pass rushers. But it's what they do underneath those sexy signings that I love. Dude, I'm honest. Sometimes I get more intrigued with those bottom barrel signings. Those guys that I really think are viewed as bottom barrel signings. I really think that those guys are the ones that are going to contribute. I mean, look at Denzel Perryman last season. You bring him in for pennies on the dollar late in the season, right before the season even starts, and nobody even bats an eye at the signing, and they don't expect much. They say he's going to get hurt, and the guy comes and posts almost 150 tackles and is a captain and a leader on your defense and goes to the Pro Bowl. I mean, it is these signings, these sneaky good signings that make good teams really good.
Watch Rock Ya-Sin have some turnovers for us this year. Watch Chandler Jones create those turnovers for us this year. Man, we are going to be a machine. Unstoppable. Terminators. And you know what? Dude, dynasty. I've been screaming this for months. We are going to have a dynasty.
Rock Ya-Sin is one of those players that is on this kind of trajectory. He's going up. And his first two seasons, sneaky good timing. And I think it was a really good trade straight up for Yannick Ngakoue, Rock Ya-Sin. You could look at it and be like, oh, you gave up a pass rusher that can get 10 sacks a season for an adequate pass defender. But when you look at the need and you look at the scheme that we're running and you look at the trajectory, Rock Ya-Sin was a top 5 cover corner in man coverage last season. Nobody wants to talk about that.
Under the radar name, bro.
Of course, because he hasn't exploded up onto the scene yet. And the Raiders got him at such a good timing that his contract is going to look like a complete steal.
Well, let's just put it this way. I'm going to tell you this right now. We're going to have a hell of a good season, barring the I word. We don't want the I word. The I word's bad.
Yeah.
We don't have the I word. Poor NFL. You're dominating for the next 10 to 20 years. Anyway, bro, well, listen, it is, we've been running for over 2 hours. We had a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Kept up with the chat. Thank you, chat. You are a big part of this. That's why it's Dos Pendejos in a chat room. The chat room is a big part of this. It's hard to cover all the comments, but we did it tonight. I feel proud of myself for doing it tonight.
You did good, OG.
I want to thank my brother Ray for covering for Jack tonight. And him and I are doing a show. I'm going to be calling you this weekend so we can talk about a possible Wednesday show on your channel. And, dude, we're going to have a hell of a season. And it's going to be good, something huge.
I'm so excited, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Not only for the season, but for everything. I just believe that we're about to drop some fire content for the nation. Like, we are going to bring it. It's time to work, put on the hard hat, and I'm excited to see what goes on here.
Hey, Twan, good to see you here, bro. Wait. Here's one.
Oh, my God. Of course you come in. You come in at the end.
FA, good luck, bro. You're going to be bottom feeders with the donkeys. I'm sorry. You haven't improved.
Yeah,
we're going to own this. We're going to take this division this year. But it'll be good to talk to you. By the end of the season, we probably won't hear from you much, but we'll see.
You had a good run, brother, and you guys you defended that strap for quite a few years, but there's a young upcoming team in the AFC West, and we're about to put you on your butt, brother.
the next dynasty's coming. You guys aren't part of it. Well,
you had
you
had
are.
your run. You had your run, and it looked good, but make way. The Raiders.
And
are
you know
coming to town.
what? I'm going to respect this one, Hefe. You're number one until we beat you.
Agreed.
And make you not number one. Till then, we don't have to. We don't. You get your respects for now. For now.
But let it be known, like, we're coming. Like, I'll give you respect. You got the belt now, but we're coming. So,
Oh yeah, we're coming.
When that time comes and we do cross paths, you guys will end up being beat.
Okay,
Raiders are not old. Raiders are not old.
No, we're a young team, Hefe. You're not keeping up. But that's okay, bro. Because understand this. The Desert Storm is coming to take over. And that's us. We're going to take it all from you.
Look, Hefe, you better pray to God that nothing happens to Travis Kelce. You better pray to God.
Better pray nothing happens to Patrick Mahomes with our pass rush.
Raiders don't have a 2-year window.
No.
No.
We got it. It's ours. And we're taking it from you. It's ours for the taking, and we're going to take it from you, brother.
Oh, I don't think we need luck. I think you look at the paper and it speaks for itself. You look, Hefe, you have to acknowledge something. If these were your additions to your football team, you would be in this comment section talking about, we got Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, we got Chandler Jones, Max Crosby. You would not stay quiet. The fact of the matter is we're not pulling up in Chiefs videos. Chiefs videos are coming and tuning into Raiders because they know what's going on here. So, look, the Raiders are coming. We're the young hitting heavyweight in this division.
Coming for you.
And we're coming for you because the sight is set on Kansas City. We want the best. We want the best in the division. And I've said it on this live stream. I give all the respect in the world to Andy Reid. I think he's a great coach. I think he does a phenomenal job putting players in the best position. I give the Chiefs credit because they've built something really good and really special. But the time is coming to an end, and you can see the writing on the wall a little bit. And last season, when the Chiefs were struggling at the beginning of the year, you've seen it. You've seen that fan base start to turn a little bit. And I am excited to watch the Raiders punch the Chiefs in the mouth a little bit.
And you know what? Andy Reid's a brilliant offensive mind. I'll give him that. And he can change the game up quickly. But, and I'm not even going to mention the fact that he'll probably won't even be at the sidelines because he's going to be at a buffet because LA is known for them buffets. Okay, no fat jokes. But
where don't we have the depth? That's what I don't.
We're going to own you this year. We are going to own you.
Yeah, okay, if you want to talk about the secondary depth is needed, yeah, but look at the Kansas City Chiefs. Name their corners. They signed me last week. I'm on the practice squad. They needed everybody. They need everybody. You guys have drafted like 6 to 7 DBs. Look, first-year head coach going to be Andy Reid and Mahomes. Josh McDaniels is not a first-year head coach. This guy knows how to call a football game.
Yeah, he's won a few Super Bowls.
This
than
isn't
you.
The Denver Broncos head coach coming into town. This is somebody who knows
more Super Bowls than Andy Reid has. And let's be real, okay? Our running game will tear you apart. You don't have a run defense. I'm sorry, your run defense is weak, bro.
And your secondary, name one player, Hefe, name one player in your defensive back room that can cover Devontae. I'll wait. Name one corner in your backup that can name your best corner that can cover Waller. Name your best corner that could even cover Hunter Renfrow. You don't have it. It's not on the roster. You guys just don't. You guys aren't scary anymore. And I hate to break that to you, but you guys aren't what you used to be. You lost Hill. You lost Tyrann Mathieu. Like, bro, you guys, your running game is not a threat. You have a tight end now. You have Juju Smith-Schuster. Go watch film of Jayon Brown, linebacker, who's now a current Raider, completely eradicated Juju, a linebacker covering a slot wide receiver and canceled him out of the game against the Steelers. And that's a linebacker. I'm not worried about Juju. I'm not worried about Sky Moore.
Oh, you locked down Renfrow and
my.
Waller. Let me ask you a question. You going to lock down Devontae Adams, Renfrow, or Waller? Which one? Take your pick because you are screwed.
Oh, you lock down Renfro and you lock down Waller, but every player that you use to lock them down is no longer on your roster anymore. Juju is not going to be that good. If you think Juju's going to be half the player Tyreek Hill is, this explains why you're a Chiefs fan. This explains everything.
We're gonna be eating Kansas City barbecue for lunch.
Dude. Yes, all of them what? No, name one corner on your roster. Yeah, it is going to be a scoring season, and we have the weapons to outscore you. Who do you have? You have Travis Kelce, bro. That is it. You have to be able to score now. You don't have Tyreek Hill to stretch the field, and don't even mention.
Yeah, but he didn't have Devontae Adams last year.
He had a 35-year-old.
That's going bye-bye, bro. No new coach, new system, new weapons. You could count on that. You're living in the past, bro.
Oh, I love Chiefs fans, bro. My best friend's a Chiefs fan, and I almost feel like they're borderline. I'll watch what I say.
Borderline short bus. Got it. We'll have a better offense.
Oh, my.
No, you won't.
Okay.
And defense. No, you don't. Not even close, bro. You're going to be bottom feeders with the donkeys this year, bro. But you want to talk stuff. That's cool. I love a troll.
Yeah,
but you're not going to be.
At this point, he's trolling.
At
this point, he's just showing that, bro, he's fanboying out. You know what I mean?
Well, no, he's scared. He's scared. He's showing it. He's showing that he's afraid. He knows it's coming, and he's talking all the crap he can before the season, because once the season starts, he's going to have to disappear. So let him do it. My brother does that every year. He can do that too.
Look, a year or two ago, I would have been like, yeah, bro, chances are you guys will probably split one with us or maybe sweep us. Hardman, Kelce, Marquez Vet. Oh, stop. Juju, Scott. Oh, bro, you just name these guys like they're good. Like they're okay. Marquez, dude, he's known for dropping balls. Juju Smith-Schuster, not a very good wide receiver. Let's just face it. He's a big slot guy. Nothing that I'm worried about. Patrick Graham is going to lock them boys up. Hill versus Kelce is so much better than everybody you just named. Hands down.
No. We know what's going to happen. You can wear your McDonald's land colors out there. We're going to have you for lunch.
Well, you know what is going to happen if you understand football, if you can understand matchups.
The West is the harder division now, but guess what? You ain't part of that. Mm-hmm. Everyone else improved, and you really didn't.
No, you're going to see this season. Tyreek Hill did everything for your offense. Tyreek Hill allowed your team to stretch the field, and defense have had to account for everything that Tyreek Hill brought to the game. And then you guys tore up people in the middle of the field with Travis Kelce. You don't have Tyreek anymore. And
you have old guys as receivers and a tight end. You have old guys, bro.
You guys act like Mahomes is like the reincarnation of Christ, and it's not the case.
Mahomes is going to be back there scrambling like a cockroach when the light comes on, bro.
Mahomes can't just close his eyes and launch the ball down the field anymore. He don't have that guy. Sky Moore is not that guy. Juju is not that guy. Marquez Van Scantling is not that guy. So quit living the fairy tale. You have started to drink the Kool-Aid. You've started
they started to act like Gruden buying names of old guys. Dude, y'all gone Gruden.
You guys aren't going to be running the same offense. That's for darn sure.
You're not going to be part of the AFC West conversation by November.
Yeah, Mahomes is a good quarterback. I'll give you that. He's a great quarterback. But Kansas City is in a position right now where all those cap contracts.
Now when he's running for his life.
Now Kansas City, this is Hefe. This is just me being real with you, not even talking trash anymore. Kansas City is in that position where their contracts are starting to poke up their ugly head. You've invested a lot of money into some players and a lot of big contracts to where your roster is no longer sustainable to have those superstar caliber players. And that contract salary for Mahomes is going to kick in, and it's going to take a huge percentage of what you guys can do. So
I love Hefe coming in here trolling, bro. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me mad. I love it. Hey, you know why? That's a man who's like, I better talk shit before the beginning of the season because once it starts, I'm not going to be able to talk any shit to anybody.
That's not going to
The Raiders and the Chargers are running the AFC West,
And
and
here's
we
the
got
thing,
fed to
Hefe,
the
like,
bottom.
this division, the games are always they're pretty competitive. Okay, yeah, Raiders and pass. The Chiefs had the Raiders numbers, and dude, I'm a realist. I'll put it out there. Like, yeah, that was the case. You guys just had more talent. Our defense could not cover anything that you guys had, but things have changed in the division. This defense has gotten leaps and bounds better. This offense is nowhere near the same of anything you guys have had to cover. All you guys used to have to do was load up the box and play man coverage against Derek Carr, and he couldn't do anything because he didn't have the resources. He didn't have the weapons. If Patrick Mahomes had the weapons that Derek Carr's had the last few years, you guys would do nothing. You would have never even punched your ticket into the playoffs. That's just facts. So the fact that we have Devontae, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, Foster Moreau, I mean, you don't have the defense to cover these guys. And I know you have to see that. You have got to see it.
Oh, I just put the link in the chat again. Hey, Just Win Baby podcast. I know that's Raider Ben, man. Come on in, bro. Yeah, man. It's like, I was ready to end this, but Hefe just revived me.
Hey, shout out to Hefe because you've completely revived.
No, I love Hefe, man. He likes to talk shit, and it's cool. And he's like us, we talk our shit. Hey, Hammer, bro, I just put the link in the chat. If you want to jump in, I'll put it in again. Got no problem. I can copy and paste all day. Ben, if you want to come in, Hammer, you want to come in? Hefe, if you want to come in, I would love that.
Yeah, I would love that too. Look, Ruggs and Tyreek, here's the thing about what you just said. Both of them aren't in this division anymore. That comment is completely eradicated. I'm talking about who is on. Take Henry Ruggs, take Tyreek Hill. I will take Devontae over both of them.
Henry Ruggs is going to be playing for Green Machine.
Here, Hefe. Who would you take on your roster? Would you take Devontae Adams over Tyreek Hill? Would you take him over Travis Kelce? Would you take him over Darren Waller? Where would you put Devontae in the scheme of things? And who on your roster do you honestly think is going to cover? If you even say Ladarius Sneed is going to cover Devontae Adams, I'm about to check out.
Yeah, you need to check out into rehab, bro.
You can't guard it, bro. And that's what I want you to see. It'd be like me 3 years ago when you guys were skunking us by 40 points to say, gosh, who was even our corners back then, bro? Like that David Amerson was going to man-to-man lock up Tyreek Hill. That's stupid. I would look dumb saying that.
Oh, here we go. Wait. Adams had an easy division. Excuse me.
What does that?
What's that got to do with the rest of the NFL that couldn't cover him?
He had an easy division, yet he puts up 1,500 yards and 13 touchdowns.
Yeah, you're talking about 3 games, bro. You're not talking about the rest of the NFL season, man. Look, if that's the propaganda you need to sleep at night, go for it, Hefe. Okay, if that's what you need to rest easy, tell yourself that. Underestimate us. Keep telling yourself that. Listen to that dumbass Nick Wright. Keep doing it, bro.
The Chiefs are a good football team. I'll leave it at that. The Chiefs are
Rodgers' go-to guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to be Derek Carr's go-to guy. You see what they've done in college together? And he's going to be the go-to guy that you can't stop.
Yep.
And then you're going to have
their chemistry's already there. They worked out in every offseason together until COVID hit. And they knocked that rust off this year, bro.
Everything that you watch the Chiefs do to the Raiders the last 3 to 4 seasons is about to get flipped. Like, you're going to have to taste what it's like to have a dominant number 1 wide receiver destroy your defense. And there's not a thing that you can do about it. And you're going to watch your defense slowly give up, slowly bleed out, and they're not going to be able to cover the Raiders' offense. It's not going to happen.
You're going to look at the Raiders and go, it can't be reasoned with. It is just here to kill you. Yeah, Hammer's at work. He can't jump in. No, Matt. After we win the Super Bowl, we'll still be declared a fluke next year. I'm a Raiders fan, been doing this a while. Once we win one, the next year, oh, that was a fluke. That won't happen again. You're going to hear this crap. You're going to hear the garbage and the shit slinging that the media does. Be prepared. I'm preparing you for it now. They are going to trash us. And after we have a 20-year dynasty, they're still going to try to trash us, bro. It's just who they are. They know we're the biggest fan base in the world, and they want their clicks. Don't read their shit. Don't buy into it. Don't comment on it. Just scroll, dude. Don't waste your time with the media. All right, brother. Listen, we've been running for almost 2.5 hours, man. This was a good show. We got a lot covered. We got to hang with everyone. We covered a lot of information tonight. I am tired. I'm going to go to bed because I'm an old man. Take the rest of my meds. And listen, bro, I'll call you this weekend. We'll talk about the show for maybe Wednesday night. And we can do our show on your channel. Have a lot of fun. Guys, please, if you're not stupid, subscribe to this guy, okay? Subscribe to this guy. This is Raider Ray, in-depth analysis of our team and all the players and everything else. My favorite content creator, and because this man knows his stuff and he keeps it brief. He doesn't run it on for 25 minutes or any of that crap. Go subscribe to his channel. If you're not subscribed to my channel and you're on my channel, and dude, why?
Look, before you guys even go to my channel, I don't even want the subscription until you subscribe to OG. This guy's a pioneer in the game. I love being on the show. I love being able to come and just talk to him. It's a relationship that just kind of budded pretty quickly and just came organically. And we're going to be dropping some fire content. We're going to be collaborating and just doing a fantastic show. So if you guys haven't, hit the bell notification icon, subscribe to both of the channels, and we cannot wait to have the nation pull up. Look for Wednesday shows. We're going to go live on Raider Ray. That's my YouTube channel. So you guys, this is something you guys don't want to miss. We're going to be up and coming, and we're going to be putting in the work, and we're going to let everything play out. So Raider Nation, we appreciate it, and thank you guys for coming and pulling up. OG, I love the comments. I don't deserve any of the things that you say. You say a lot of good things, and you're always supporting guys.
No, you deserve everything. You've earned it, bro. Your content is fire. Now, I want you to do me a favor. Stay in the broadcast after I end the broadcast. You and I are going to have a short after party, just having a conversation. I want to let you know about some good things coming up and where you're going to be included. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Good night, everybody in the chat. Love you. Even you, Hefe, prick.
Love you, Hefe. Hey, bro, it's all love. I loved it. I love the energy that you brought.
All right, stay on, man. Don't leave.
I will.
Y'all have a good night.